No way.
What's going on, everyone? It is Zach, the Purdue fan here. This is the first game day live stream here on the Zach, the Purdue fan channel. Today, the boys are taking on Illinois. And, game will kick off in about half an hour here.
We can make a difference in our communities
and our country.
Every vote matters. Every vote counts.
Be heard. Michigan State and Michigan coming up on Fox. The Spartans will have their hands full with the explosive receiver.
If you haven't already, hit the like button. Helps me out a ton. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video.
Is the Penn State lead. Touchdown, Marcus Ball, as JT Barrett hits him with a strike. He was got a 15-20. KJ 25-30. Far sideline 40, and there he goes. KJ Hammer 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Quick screen goes right side KJ Hill. He'll push it to the 20 of Penn State to the 15. Right sideline and down he goes to the end zone. Let's see, we're not backing off one bit, continuing to come with pressure. Touchdown, Crystal Olave.
Penn State put a lot of game pressure on Ohio State in this one, but in the end, Ohio State has enough to win.
We take a look at the fourth quarters head-to-head. Ohio State 3 straight wins over Penn State, 2 of them by a single point. And here you see the difference in those games. The Nittany Lions have outscored the Bucs by 10 points in the first 3 quarters, but OSU has dominated the final 15 minutes of each matchup, a 39-16 edging points fueled by pass game and a swarming defense. Jared, Penn State's going to be desperate tonight, trying to avoid the 0-2 start after watching Ohio State in the opener against Nebraska. Any concerns about the Buckeyes?
Well, we're certainly not in a time when you have to run the ball to win. I do think with tailback runs and Ohio State offense, that's really where they can improve. They could win the game throwing, but I think over the long haul, we want to see a tailback game at Ohio State that has to be defended. For no other reason, you don't want Justin Fields carrying the ball quite a bit. So last week, Sermon and Teague only rushed for 89 yards combined. Justin Fields carried the ball more than Sermon and Teague carried it individually. And that was okay. But if you're a defensive coordinator and you're obviously worried about Ohio State's pass game, and now you have...
And I've heard Illinois had some positives. I really hope they can get this game in today.
And you don't want Justin Fields running the ball very much. They'll use him against their best opponents, which Penn State will be one, but still, Howard, the tailback run game, the better that gets, the better Ohio State's pass game will get, and the better the offense will get.
Yeah, I think both programs have to find that guy.
No Rondale Moore or King Doru again today, but I feel like
now they're down to
you really don't need him this week. Rest him up.
And lead the program, but they have to be able to establish that run game. It's not going to be a great situation if this turns into a pass rush drill and Ohio State is just asking to go after.
Oh, shoot, chase.
Comment. It's like Ohio State needs to get the production from their position, but this is a little bit different situation because they're going to have to be some younger guys. They're going to have to step up and have a major part of what happens offensively when you talk about the run game this week.
And just like Penn State has to find that guy in the running back room, they also have to find a way to clean up their game. And you look at the stats, and they did enough when you just compare yards for versus yards against. So we won the game last week versus Indiana, almost 500 yards offensively. They held Indiana to 115 yards, I believe, through the first 3 quarters, and then another 100 yards there in the fourth quarter and overtime. It was a good enough performance just based off of that alone. But then you start to look at the mistakes that they made. And the mistakes were really the difference in the game for Penn State. You can't go in there and have 3 turnovers. That's going to be
All right, there's that somebody at the door.
It's what you have to preach on offense for these guys because they had 3 of them. It's something you can't do. You can't miss 3 kicks either. The special teams game has to be clean. You're not going to win games making mistakes on special teams. They had 10 penalties for 100 yards, and that's a huge swing when you talk about yards for and yards against. But then you have the situations as well. And the situation
25 minutes until kickoff.
When you're telling your guys, don't score the ball on offense. They have to be on point in those situations as well. So if Penn State can play clean, they'll have a better chance to beat Ohio State than if they go out there and make mistakes all over the field.
No, it's pretty remarkable. And you mentioned that gap in yards. I mean, they outgained it by 277 yards. Over the last 3+ years, teams in college football are 366-1 when outgaining a team by at least 250 yards. And Penn State got 1. By the way, Ohio State trying to make history tonight, guys, trying to become just the second team.
We're just watching big BTN tailgate right now. So
the other one, Notre Dame, between 1941 and 49. I know Joshua Jerry was not.
He was on that team, wasn't he?
It was his senior year of high school. I looked that up. Senior year of high school, 49. Joshua looking to go to 2-0 against Kenny Bell in this week's Pick 6. A clean sweep last week.
Come on, Kenny.
Wow. Yeah, the thumbs out. That's from the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver. Kenny is undaunted, though. He's back for more, guys.
All right, KB, you just saw the board. Ran the table last week. What do you think, man?
Man, I honestly want to jump into the segment fast so I can get my get back on you, JP, because that was a rough weekend for your boy.
Well, I'm hoping for a repeat of last week. Maybe it'll be a little bit of a better week for you. Who knows? But we'll jump right into it. We can't pick anybody we picked last week. We're not allowed to pick the same player twice all season long. I'm ready to dive in. Who do you have for your quarterback?
You know, last week I had to eat a lot of crow for coming at the Michigan Wolverines, so I'm going to show him some love this week. I'm taking Joe Milton at quarterback.
Milton's good.
Last week in that Michigan spread.
He's playing against a Michigan State defense today too, who's pretty awful. So that's a good pick by Kenny.
They're doing a good job out there.
I'll be very confused if none of these guys don't pick any Purdue players. They're playing freaking Illinois this week.
Horse party on the road trip to the big house this weekend.
No, I definitely agree. I thought Joe Milton was very efficient. I'm going with an efficient quarterback myself, and that's Peyton Ramsey with Northwestern.
That's interesting. Northwestern's playing Iowa.
Different looks, and he had the intelligence to pick it up, but it was a performance for me that did it.
Peyton Ramsey's good.
12 through the air. He had a touchdown. Also had a rushing touchdown, so I'm looking for another big day out of him against Iowa. Who's your running back this week?
This week I got to go with the big fella, number 40. I'm going with Xander Horvath.
Hey, here we go.
Running back, man. Last week,
Xander Horvath gets picked by Kenny Bell.
129 somewhere in there, and he also had my favorite play of the weekend, big number 40, looking like Mike Alstott with his best Walter Payton impression. So I'm going to go with the Boilermaker in this one. Looking for him to run it well in Champaign.
No, it's definitely a heck of a play he had. If I ever got hurdled, I would just exit.
Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up if you're in here. Helps me out a lot.
Hassan Haskins from Michigan is going to be the running back of the week. He led the Wolverines in rushing last week. Had a couple of touchdowns.
Hassan Haskins, he's good too. Michigan relies on a lot of big plays, which is
can run
weird.
the ball the best wins the game, and so I think the Wolverines are going to want to get it started on the ground. Finally, who is your pass catcher this week?
With this week, it was pretty tough to choose which Ohio State wide receiver I was going to go with, but I decided to go with Chris Olave.
Olave, good pick.
And I
Good
know
pick.
he had to have gotten tired of Njigba and Garrett Wilson.
Thank God that when Big Ten went to schedule 3.0, they dodged Michigan and Ohio State. Now we're stuck with Rutgers and IU. Much better than playing Rutgers, IU, and Michigan and Ohio State. Maybe we were going to play Michigan in a normal season, but they threw in Ohio State out of the blue.
And they were pretty good last week, just didn't make enough plays to win. I think the big play offense for Ohio State will be the difference in the game, and it's going to start with Garrett Wilson. So as we come out of this one, I got
Ohio State's going to kill Penn State later.
Champion over here. We're going to see what week 2 looks like. How are you feeling about your picks?
I love my picks, and just like you, JP, to say big champion after week 1, baby. We got a long ways to go, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Now it's going to be a long season, but it's going to be a good one.
Fresh off a performance that would have made any Pick 6 drafter drool, David Bell lounging with Howard. How the Braun brothers differ among the topics. Plus, our guys will make some game picks, who they like and just how much they like them. It's Tailgate on the Big Ten Network.
Big Ten Tailgate is presented by Tums for fast heartburn relief. Born free, as free as the wind.
Readjusting won't be easy. Start by smelling your best again with Axe. Axe, smell ready.
The Kit Kat you love, with a minty flavored dark chocolate delicious twist. Kit Kat Duos mint and dark chocolate. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
No matter how early you're up or how late you're running, when you start your day at Speedway, we've got what you need to have a good morning.
20 minutes until kickoff in Champaign.
We've got it sprinkled. We've got it ready. No matter where you're heading or what you're craving, we're here to make your morning a little better. Because when you get off to a better start, you go on to a better day.
Smooth driving pays off. With Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you save. You've never been in better hands. Allstate, quicker call for a quote today.
Teamwork, it inspires us on and off the field. Here in Big Ten country, where we battle for titles and trophies, when it comes to fighting cancer, we're on the same team. Our playbook, uncover new ideas and discoveries to enable new cancer treatments. Our Big Ten rivals are teaming up to fight cancer together. The Big Ten Cancer Research Consortium, providing more wins, more memories, more hope.
Every school, every day, every big game, every big moment. It's everything we play for. It's everything we live for. Every kick and catch, every pass, score, and roar. Every minute, every second, every breath. This is big. Only on Big Ten Network.
All right, they're back.
Michigan State and Michigan ahead from Ann Arbor over on
Michigan State and Michigan. If you guys saw my last video, I posted about 6:30 last night. You would have saw I had Michigan taking the Paul Bunyan Trophy. Michigan State's not any good.
Illinois and Purdue.
There we go. Xander Horvath, 21 carries for 129 yards last week.
What a game. Second straight 100-yard game. Remember, he was really good in the bucket game last year as well. 129 yards on the ground last week against the Hawkeyes. His coach, Jeff Brom, is with Rick.
Well, Jeff, I'm sure you've obviously been made aware of the late developing news in Illinois.
Hey, what's up, Chase? How you doing?
Players, starting center, top two quarterbacks. How does that affect your game?
Yes, they are. You saying Michigan State's amazing, Chase?
Likely included those players.
They lost to Rutgers last week.
A lot of things are going to happen every week, so you just got to prepare to come out and play your best and make sure you take care of your own team. And your
Jeff Brom is back with the team after he tested positive for COVID.
We've had a good week of practice. I think we're prepared. Hopefully, we can come out on the road and play a good, hungry Illinois football team and play well.
You'll be missing one of your top players once again in Rondale Moore, but David Bell has clearly established himself as one.
Ask him why.
Not just in the conference, but
Ask him why he's not playing, please.
So good to this point.
I need to know.
Every day in practice, he works extremely hard. You know, he's not a big talker. He just goes out there and works and competes and does a great job leading our team. And, you know, we've got to get other guys to emerge as well. And if he can continue to do that, I think our team can get better. But David definitely sets the standard every week, and we're happy to have him on our team.
Well, Jeff, I know you'll enjoy this week.
Anyone have any score predictions in the chat?
Best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
Mentioning David Bell, they're going to have to deal with him, and that is not easy to do. Last season's Big Ten Freshman of the Year, picking up right where he left off. 13 catches, 3 TDs in the Boilers' opening win over Iowa. It earned him Big Ten Co-Offensive Player of the Week honors, and some might argue, more importantly, it earned
God, that Jumbotron's huge in the back. Lounging with Howard, featuring David Bell.
How you doing, my man?
Doing great. How about you?
You know what? I was thinking about complaining, then I figured, why bother? Have a chance to talk to a star like you. How's the body feel after a big performance like last week?
Real sore. You know, Iowa was a big physical team. You know, we got hit a few times, but I'm all ready to go for the Saturday.
Talk to me about the difference in the sideline. Brian Brown calling plays, Jeff Brown's not there. What was the difference in personality?
I mean, they're both more calm people, but I have to say Brian's a little bit more calmer. You know, usually when one of the quarterback plays an interception, Coach Brown tends to rip him, but Coach Brian, you know, just talk to Aiden, try to calm him down, just get the nerves off of him.
How about his performance? Talk a little bit about that.
It was amazing. You know, for that to be our first game, for him to be 31-50 with 3 touchdowns and, you know, high completion rate. And I think he just showed that he had a ton of confidence and he trusted us, like we trust him too.
Talk about some of the other receivers that had an opportunity to step up besides yourself with Rondale Moore not playing last week.
You know,
Illinois sucks. Yeah, Gary, you're right. You're right on that one.
You know, he moved the slot once he realized Rondale would not be able to play.
Yeah. Not only are they not a good football team, they're missing their top quarterback and their tight end.
They had about 8 catches for maybe 90 yards or something.
Oh, what a catch, Milton Wright.
Catch on second down or third downs.
We got so much depth at the wide receiver position. By the way, boys, 15 minutes until kickoff in Champaign.
Make sure you take care of it and be on top of it when you play this week.
Anyone got any score predictions in the chat?
Ranked pretty high and getting turnovers, and versus Wisconsin had a ton of turnovers too. So the whole week, Coach Brown, Coach Shepard, Coach Brian Brown, they all been preaching about taking care of the ball. They say the ball is a game, and when you have the ball in your hand, you have the game in your hands.
Outside of ball security, give me a couple of keys to victory from the offensive side.
I think just getting the run game established. Like we did
Don't turn the ball over. You did that a couple times last week. Can't afford to do it at all.
Don't do too much damage to my alignment. You know, this is important.
No, do as much damage you can possibly do, David. Deal as much damage as you possibly can. So it looks like this game is going to be played. There's a lot of conversation if it was going to get canceled or not due to Illinois' positive tests. But 14 minutes until kickoff.
What's great about this young man is he just goes and works, and I really like the way,
That's facts.
The way he goes about handling his business. And unfortunately, he's probably going to have a big game today.
He is a quarterback stream, Jerry, speaking of which.
Aiden O'Connell will get the start. So you guys, if you're here from the Purdue fans chat on Instagram, your wish for Jack Plummer is not coming true.
Jeff Brown quietly in his living room, which might be a good thing after the picks as he came to the sidelines. No, really impressive last week. My guess is it'll look very much the same as those numbers that we're looking at today.
Big challenge for the Illini defense. They do get Jake Hansen back after he left with an injury in the first half against Wisconsin, guy who led the nation.
But he plays for Illinois. Does he mean that much? No, because he plays for Illinois.
You talked about for Purdue's offense, he's going to have to find a way to stop him.
On Illinois' tweet on Twitter, I thought Illinois was going to wear white helmets and orange jerseys, but it looks like they're going with the orange, blue, and orange.
Fun to see one of the good historic rivalries in the Big Ten renewed. They have been playing since 1890, these two schools. If Purdue wins today, all-time series even, 45 wins apiece. So
yeah, I don't understand how Illinois leads the all-time series against us. I have no idea how that's possible.
And Michigan State, as they inch closer to kick off at the Big House, you see Wolverines getting.
Oh, look at that!
For their first home game of the
look at that! Michigan State's just watching them walk into the locker room. Little does Michigan State know they're going to lose by about 50.
One thing that COVID has helped us with, right? Everyone can be convinced to stay separate. Picks. Final words coming up, then kickoff on the Big Ten Network.
10 minutes So kickoff, boys.
Find your rhythm, your happy place. Find your breaking point. Then break it. Every emergency gives you a potent blend of nutrients, so you can emerge your best with Emergency.
Introducing Wendy's new pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Nothing will distract you from the pretzel bun and beer cheese. Not even all the comments on the pic you posted of your pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Download the app to order ahead and get Wendy's rewards.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto owners protect your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you. Oh, now you do your job.
Hey,
Oh, this is gonna be the longest 9 minutes of my life.
my niece, your cousin, and Goldie didn't know which tires were right for her. The first ones were too much tire, and then the next ones were
These
not.
commercials are weird.
Anyway, long story short.
If anyone's watching on a BTN right now, you'd know what I'm talking about.
Go to sleep. I love you. Go with the Coopers. Cooper.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space. With Rocket Mortgage, you got
Make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't already. Helps me out a lot.
to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family. Rocket Mortgage.
Today, Purdue squares off with Illinois in a West Division clash. Big Ten football, presented by Speedway. Today at noon Eastern on the Big Ten Network.
Every key moment, every big play. Our crew breaks down the entire day of Big Ten football with highlights, expert analysis, and post-game reaction. The final drive presented by Auto Owners Insurance tonight on the Big Ten Network. Big Ten Tailgate is presented by Geico. Happy Geico Week. You can save even more by bundling home and car insurance.
Purdue and Illinois coming up here on the Big Ten Network. Drew Barnes was great last week against Wisconsin. 11.
Nobody for Illinois was great against Wisconsin. They lost like 50-7. The best player for Illinois last week was whoever scored that one touchdown.
Expect this to be as much a mental as it is a physical challenge for Illinois. That applies more than anyone to new starting quarterback.
I don't know why my head gets really itchy whenever I wear a hat.
Watched Robinson closely during the warm-up, seemed cool and composed, not overwhelmed by the moment. Remember, he did start 2 games last year.
Look at that list of players out for Illinois. Jeez.
A week ago, Illinois' biggest success on the ground was with the quarterback run game, so perhaps expect Rod Smith to use Robinson's legs a bit more. If for some reason Robinson would go down with injury or be unable to play, you can see a combination of quarterbacks with little to no experience in Karan Taylor, Deuce Spann, and Josh Beetham.
Rick, thanks. Our final word, starting with Jared.
Howard, Joshua, and I all played the game that we covered at different times, and the further back you go, the simpler it was. So I represent the most simple time. But think about today's student athletes, and all of them, men, women, all the sports. They're competing under a global pandemic. They are trying to decide what to put on their uniform to reflect something about our society and what changes they want to make. They're soon to be able to monetize their name, image, and likeness. They're soon to be able to transfer without penalty. And yet,
They should have been able to transfer without penalty since the beginning.
To the highest level in the history of college sports, right? Technology has helped them. They're year-round athletes. And if that wasn't enough, by Tuesday, more student athletes will have voted than ever before in our history. I admire our student athletes, all of them, and I say thank you.
November 3rd is right around the
Well
corner.
said.
If you haven't already voted, please do so. Exercise your right. Just vote.
Well, I'm going to follow up a little bit on what Howard just said there. There's a battle that's been well documented for people to have the right to vote. Obviously, we look at women, we look at people of color. The other thing that wasn't so documented was the battle against people's right to be able to vote. And that was secured with a piece of legislation, the Voting Rights Act, that is actually younger than both of my parents. And so it's really important to understand that as many people fought for the right to vote for everybody in free and open elections, there were people that fought against that right. Your voice is that important, so make sure you use it.
Really, really important messages from you guys. And my message is far less important, and it turns directly back to football. On signing day 1993, Northwestern coach Gary Barnett sat in a rental car in SEC country and awaited word from Evanston. The Wildcats had one scholarship left. They were hoping to use it on an undecided suburban Chicago linebacker named Pat Fitzgerald. If Fitzgerald didn't commit, Barnett would go to the house of another prospect and offer him that last scholarship. A few minutes before he was to walk into that house, Barnett got the word. Fitzgerald had committed. He turned the rental car around and he flew home. Fitzgerald became a college football Hall of Famer and the star of Northwestern's 1995 Rose Bowl team. Just 10 years after graduating, Fitz became his alma mater's head coach, and he was up to the task. Last Saturday, he won his 100th game. No small feat at a place that won 18 games in the entire decade of the 1980s.
insane.
Thanks in part to a university president who publicly
It's a cool story.
that losing enhanced the school's academic reputation.
4 minutes until kick, boys.
Without compromise, finishing in the top 3 nationally in the APR 10 straight times. Now, the identity of the other recruit has never been revealed, but assuming it wasn't the reincarnation of Amos Alonzo Stagg, I think it's fair to say it may have just been the single biggest recruiting decision in Northwestern history. So congratulations to Pat Fitzgerald, someone who has been great for us here at BTN. All right, let's get to our confidence picks. The guys pick a winner. Wow. Put a confidence total on it. If you get the game right, you get your confidence points. Everyone went 3-3 last week, so the records were the same. Jerry did hit on
Really not that big.
there were tight race, y'all. He hit a little more, so he's up by 2. Let's get into this week's pick. So interesting here. We've got Joshua taking Indiana. Howard and Jerry taking Rutgers. Joshua, why the Hoosiers?
That's something. Howard and Jerry picked the Rutgers.
Then Rutgers, and it's nothing against Rutgers. I think their performance was great, but I trust Indiana a little bit more.
Yeah, I said on my video last night that I posted, I need to see another game out of Rutgers before I can take them as a legitimate team. They either need one more good win or a good performance, and
Looks like they're buying into the system.
I'm concerned that Indiana's hangovers are a little bit.
Is that bucket?
And the game is at Rutgers.
No one's better suited to speak to that than you. Purdue and Illinois up next. Brandon Gaudin, James Larnard, Rick Pizzo. Take it away.
all right. Here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. Just want to say happy Halloween to everyone that's in the stream. Most importantly, happy game day.
Visiting the 0-1 Illinois Fighting Illini. Things are going to be tough today for Illinois. News coming down just before kick that Brandon Peters, the starting quarterback, and backup tight end Griffin Moore tested positive on Thursday for COVID-19. 7 other guys are out today due to contact tracing, and a couple of others due to injury. And with that, we say hello from the booth alongside James Laurinaitis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So obviously, James, some very tough news for Lovie Smith and company. Your starting quarterback, also on that list, backup quarterback.
Very bad news.
Williams. It's going to be a tough road today for the Illini.
Yeah, well, not only with Brandon Peters being out, Brandon, the fact that you're losing a quarterback that's been your starter for the last year, you're using some leadership as well. And Isaiah Williams is a guy that they love to have a package for. Offensive coordinator Rod Smith said every single game this year, they'll have a package at quarterback, maybe sometimes wide receiver like we saw in the bowl game. But to me, it's Doug Kramer, the center. I mean, he was supposed to make his 34th start for the Fighting Illini here today. Not only him, but Jordan Slaughter, who's going to be playing at right guard. Both of those guys are out. That's experience on the O-line, on the interior of that offensive line. Who can be passed.
Stop talking. Let's just get this game kicked off. Like the stream if you haven't already, everyone. Helps me out a lot.
Brandon and I had fascinating pregame conversations with both Lovie Smith
and Jeff Brom. And both coaches told me that as soon as the season was reinstated, part of their job was to be ready for a situation just like this, to expect it and to be able to adjust. That's why
Good to see Jeff Brom is back with the Boilers after testing positive for COVID last week.
as if you are the starter, and that applies today to Matt Robinson, third string quarterback to start the week. Now he gets the nod. Everyone says next man up, especially Lovie Smith with that NFL mentality. Maybe awfully difficult to live up to that today when you are down.
The only good thing Illinois has going for them is those uniforms. Blue and orange is a good color combination. And the orange really pops up the jersey.
Last week, due to COVID, he is back for this game today. However, they are still without Rondale Moore, not COVID related, and also running back King DeRue still out.
Yeah, what if Purdue Boilermaker fans love to see Rondale Moore out here? We would love to see him and David Bell both together. And Lovie Smith said if Rondale Moore was going to play, they were going to be possibly the best wide receiver core in the Big Ten up there with Ohio State. David Bell is trying to have his fifth straight 100-yard receiving game. He's gone over the
He will achieve that today, no questions asked.
career games. And Xander Horvath, I tell you what, if he's able to get over 100 yards again, that gives Purdue another element
If
on
you
offense
ain't
that they haven't had. Head coach
shut
Horvath
up.
will never be known for wanting to run the football consistently, but he wants to do it enough to keep defenses honest. Xander Horvath has gone over the century mark 2 contests. He's trying to make it a third in a row.
They're hoping that he can. And head coach Jeff Brom is certainly hoping for a good performance from him. Jeff Brom, who had to watch last week's game on the Big Ten Network, watched it in isolation by himself. He was cleared on Wednesday, according to CDC and Big Ten protocols, to come back into the building and be around his team. And he is clear and ready to go this afternoon in Champaign.
So it looks like Purdue will kick off and they will get the ball second half, which is good.
J.D. Dellinger marking off the steps with Kamari Thompson back deep. The
All right.
96 all-time meeting between these two programs, and they play for the Cannon Trophy. Our first trophy.
And the kick is up and away.
Here in Champaign, Illinois.
Ooh, they're going to take it out of the end zone. Look at this. There we go. Nice. Good. Good kickoff coverage.
So no Brandon Peters, no Isaiah Williams, and here is the third stringer, the sophomore from California, Matt Robinson, who did start 2 games last year when Peters was injured.
Yeah, he did, and he started against Michigan.
All right, come on, D. It's be huge if we get a 3 and out on the first possession. Come on.
Saw some quarterback runs with Peters a week ago. Be successful. I wonder if he'll do the same with Robinson.
Chase Brown in the backfield. And Chase
Run.
Brown gets the first carry. Offensive coordinator Rod Smith said you will see more of Chase Brown today after just 3 carries and 12 yards last
He
week.
got about like 5. That's not good.
How important is the start for Illinois this week? Last week they fumbled on the second play of the game. You got to just get to a rhythm if you're on offense for Illinois.
Well, they got 4. They're trying to go tempo. Why are they only bringing 3 guys? Get him! Yeah, there we go. Attaboy, George.
Talked about the shuffle up front with no Doug Kramer at center. That'll be something to track all afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. When they're fully healthy, they have the most starts combined amongst the whole line in the Big Ten.
3rd and 7 for the Illini. Come on. Bring the heat. Come on. Russian 4. Get him. Come on. Really? Jeez.
Let's make sure he gets a foot down inbounds here.
Oh, that's not a catch. Nah, maybe it is. Nice, Derek Barnes. Good hit.
He's one of the good
Penguins on that side for this Bob Diaco-led defense, along with Karlaftis and Neal. They've got some stronger players probably back than they did last year.
Yeah, they do. And I really love their linebacker core. Jalen Alexander, Derek Barnes, Jalen Brown. Those guys.
It was swing pass. And who's that, Thiedemann?
As Parker gets taken down by Thiedemann, senior safety.
Thiedemann just blew that up. And another third down, I think, for the Illini. Come on, defense, get off the field. Get off the field. Let's go. Check to the sideline. Really want to see them bring heat here. They are. Come on. Let's go, secondary. DB group.
Great protection that time by that offensive line. We mentioned it. They held up against a 5-man rush and gave Robinson time.
This offense wanting to move quickly.
Incomplete. Come on, defense.
Robinson certainly has a safety blanket in a battered Bebe. Last week, Peters threw it 2 of 10 times, but that Wisconsin defense couldn't let him get going.
Yeah, and sometimes I felt that Brandon tried to force the issue, force it to your stud wide receiver out there. Had some guys open. Offensive coordinator Rod Smith said that he missed some reads.
Come on, D. Get off the field. Let's go. Need like a sack or a bad snap or something. That'll work too. Only a gain of 1 on the second down run. There we go. Come on. There's going to be 3 third downs in a row. You need to get off the field, defense.
Third down. Pay attention to that guy right there. Karlaftis.
So I'll make 1 big tackle already. Coming off the edge with the pockets.
Get him. Get him. Yeah. What? Okay. There we go. Finally get off the field. Perfect.
Derek Barnes right here in the middle. He's just spying Robinson. He's waiting. Coach the line of scrimmage. Boom, where's my angle? Go to attack the football. Runs inside out.
He could have thrown it to number 4.
Was able to get Robinson down.
Or number 9. Don't know who that is, but defense finally gets off the field. What is this? Why are they going with 2 gunners? Oof. Touchback. What?
It's a touchback. Yeah.
You say it better be a touchback.
It's a touchback indeed. Just to clarify, another look. A valiant effort as Beeson tried to flip it back, but Purdue will bring it out at the 20-yard line.
All right.
When you start your day in school, we've got what you need to have a good morning. We've got it hot. We've got it cold. We've got it sprinkled. We've got it ready. No matter where you're heading or what you're craving, we're here to make your morning a little better. Because when you get off to a better start, you go on to a better day.
I'm not your grandma. I don't nap every 20 minutes. And I don't think your grandma's ginger ale. I drink Canada Dry bold ginger. With an extra kick of real ginger taste that has blown the tennis balls off your grandma's wall. You're Canada Dry bold ginger, not your grandma's ginger ale.
For $5, you could upgrade to the sparkly sprinkle pack on Cupcake Conquest. Or you could upgrade to all this. 2 crunchy tacos and a medium drink. Plus, the beefy cheesy layers of the $5 Grande Stacker Box. Only at Taco Bell.
You're watching the home of the Purdue Boilermakers. How good is that? The
doubleheader on Fox. First, Kirk Cousins and the Vikings.
What a throw!
Take on Aaron Rodgers and the Pack.
Rodgers, touchdown!
Then, a showdown in the Midway awaits as Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara fuel the Saints.
Make sure you guys like the stream. It helps me out a ton.
It's a huge doubleheader Sunday on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Never miss a moment. See every game in a fraction of the time.
How good is that? Touchdown!
Big Ten Football in 60, presented by Rocket Mortgage. Sunday on the Big Ten Network.
Today's Auto Owners Insurance Impact Players.
Yeah, we talked about David Bell in the open and his success. You're trying to have a fifth straight 100-yard game.
All right. Come on, offense.
Watched the game from home last week. And on defense for Illinois, it's good to see Jake Hansen back. 7 forced fumbles a year ago. Roger Perry on the inside. One of the bright spots last week against Wisconsin.
All right. All right. Good first play. Payne Durham on the little slant route or crosser, whatever you want to call it. First play, first down for the Boilers. Let's go.
Yeah, and it's fun to hear his recruiting story, his preferred walk-on, if you will. And Jeff Brown said that he is by far exceeded every expectation they had of him in their career there.
The game-winning drive last week in Iowa, he was able to hook up with David Bell for the third time in that ball game.
Give to Horvath. Oh, go Xander. All right. Purdue into Illini territory. There we go.
Off of Sidney Brown. And Horvath can do that at 6'3", 230 pounds as he picks up 19.
All right, come on. Let's go. To Milton Wright. 3 plays, 3 first downs. Yes. Let's go.
Four-star recruit himself. A lot of talent in that receiver room.
Oh, no. Who's that?
Center Sam Garvin, former walk-on, now starter, is down on the field.
Oh, that's not good.
You want happy, productive employees.
That's why we've made our office pet friendly. Maybe a little too pet friendly.
CDW can design a mobility solution with light, powerful devices from Lenovo to make your people more productive in or out of the office.
That's great. I really need to get out of here. Snake people are freaking me out. Hey, Cheryl.
For workplace productivity, you need Lenovo and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it.
Oh, no, they're bringing out the cart, according to Mike Harmon on Twitter.
And this is Nate. He loves his car and loves to drive. They both fill up with Unleaded 88. Emma knows Unleaded 88 keeps our air cleaner and healthier. Nate knows Unleaded 88 is safe for his engine with higher octane for better performance. And they both really like the money they save at the pump. Emma and Nate think Unleaded 88 is pretty darn great.
Jeez, I can't type.
Engine smart, earth kind.
Garvin.
At T-Mobile, we believe you should get more. That's why we merged with Sprint. Now, it's about to get even better. And as we work to integrate Sprint's network, our nationwide 5G keeps getting stronger, with the capacity and coverage to reach more people and places across the country. Who says you can't have it all? Now is the time for 5G. Now is the time to join T-Mobile.
We push the limits. We defy convention. We turn every ask into an answer. The Ram Rebel, Ram Power Wagon, and the all-new Ram 1500 TRX. Why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. The power has shifted.
Now, Ram Power Days bonus cash. Get $7,300 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500.
Born free, as free as the wind.
Readjusting won't be easy. Talk about smelling your best again. The facts. Get clean, smell ready.
Right now at Jimmy John's, you can get half off your second sandwich by using promo code SAVEON2.
Greg booked another 7 a.m. meeting.
Wizards! Wizard status! Perfect for you and your new coworker. Just use SaveOn2 online or on our app.
Center Sam Garvin, you see him getting carted off, and he
Oh,
got
no,
rolled
that's
up
not
on as Isaiah Gay went down for Illinois. And now Sam Garvin starting center, heading to the locker room. So that means Gus Hartwig, a freshman who did play 13 snaps last week at center.
Gus. Whoa! Oh! Yes! Touchdown! Was he short? Yeah, Illinois' D-line was definitely moving. So that may be a free play, or we decline the penalty and take that spot at the 1 or a touchdown, whatever it is.
Defense number 91. Penalties decline. Results of the play is a first down.
That's not a touchdown? Let's see this. Yeah, knees down right there. The ball's at the 1.
Take a chance.
Bell in motion. Give to Horvath. Touchdown. Yes. Woo.
What an opening drive for Jeff Brom and his Purdue Boilermaker offense. Balanced opening drive. We saw Horvath a couple of times there. We saw Wright. We saw David Bell. That's exactly how you draw it up. You have your first 15 scripted plays of a ball game. You want to be able to go down the field in your first
Let's
drive and
go.
get points. Nicely done. I'm sure it feels good for head coach Jeff Brom to be back on the sidelines to experience that.
Extra point is good. 7-0.
Great last week, but he didn't score. Now he gets his first score of the season. Just pushing his way for that final yard of the drive. There was a flag, by the way, on the extra point. It appears to be on Illinois.
Okay.
Our referee, Jeff Servinski.
Illegal formation. Defense number 93. Lined up over top of the center. Penalties decline. The try is good. Full media. Timeout.
If you're a Purdue fan watching safely from home, you have a lot to cheer about with this start here in Champaign.
All right.
I may have told her Stuber you need a Rogers string for insurance.
Well, that's just fine, considering the Rogers rate isn't real.
Yeah, but I'm sure you gotta probably pull some strings or something. You know.
But with no strings, here's the deal. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Hey, Warren, get the Rogers straight.
Oh, did you guys want some? You want the real deal? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We can't always keep our distance, but we can still help protect each other this flu season by getting vaccinated. If you're 65 or older, get the superior flu protection of Fluzone High Dose Quadrivalent. It's the only 65-plus flu vaccine with 4 times the standard dose, and it's free with Medicare Part B.
Fluzone High Dose Quadrivalent isn't for people who've had a severe allergic reaction to any flu vaccine or vaccine component, including eggs or egg products. Tell your healthcare professional if you've ever experienced severe muscle weakness after receiving a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems, including those receiving therapies that suppress the immune system, may experience lower immune responses. Vaccination may not protect everyone. Side effects include pain, redness, and or swelling where you got the shot, muscle ache, headache, and general discomfort. Other side effects may occur.
If you're 65 plus, don't settle.
I'll be right back.
Superior flu protection. See your healthcare provider and ask for Fluzone High Dose Quadrivalent by name.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Big Ten Conference and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Big Ten Conference. Nebraska battles Northwestern. Then, in-state hosts Maryland, where some will see Minnesota take on Illinois. And Justin Fields leads number 3 Ohio State against Rutgers. A football triple header next Saturday on the Big Ten Network.
Football on the Big Ten Network is presented by Speedway. Trust to keep you going. Speedway's got everything you need to get your day off to a good start safely, because a better start means a better day. Over 1,100 cardboard cutout fans, and also 1,000 actual friends and family allowed to attend today, but still a lot of empty seats in the 60,000 seat venue that is Memorial Stadium.
All right.
Auto Owners Insurance Impact players on this side of the football, James.
Yeah, for Illinois, Josh Imatabebe is the guy. 10 targeted 10 times a week ago. He's their big-time wide receiver. Mike Epstein at running back. It's good to see him healthy and playing to be him and Chase Brown, but they need some production at running back for Illinois. George Karlaftis already has a sack in this ballgame, and Jalen Alexander.
George is already up 7-0 on Kentucky. Michigan State's up 7-0 on Michigan. Oh no. Get him. Contain him. Get him down. All right. Gain of only 2. That's fine. K-State's up 3-0 on West Virginia. Clemson, Boston College tied at 7. Cincinnati's up 7-0 on Memphis.
Yeah, and you have to be alert for that quarterback run stuff when Taylor comes in. It looked like Purdue was not fooled on that first play.
Swing pass. All over it. Although it will be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and Rod Smith talked about last week. They were trying to do Isaiah Williams and with Peters to get a little spark for the offense, trying to get an early spark.
Whoa. I think he got it.
Right at that line to gain. No signal, they'll say first down.
Talking to defensive coordinator Bob Diaco of Purdue, he was talking about how the tempo of this offense can put a lot of stress on his players. You see Illinois trying to go fast.
All right, so they're going to review if it's a first down.
It was a close spot. It took them a second to say first down, but they did. And now they want to take a closer glance at this. But Teron Taylor, a sophomore, taking his first snaps here. And finding a lot on uniform, thrust into action. Another look at this. He might be down short. Remember, he needed to get to the chalk of the 35-yard line.
Where is that football? Talking about that 35.
Where does he need to get to?
That looks to me like he's a yard short.
My God.
Yeah, that seems pretty clear. That's a great shot by our crew.
So we need to get to the 35. Elbows down there, and it looks like he's short. I don't think the nose of the ball is at the 35-yard line. I think that'll be I think it's 4th down.
Set up and ready to go. So Jeff Serbinsky has seen enough, and here's the verdict.
After having review, the ruling on the field has changed. The runner is down.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down. It'll be 4th and inches for the Illini. Good God.
Is there any chance from your own 34, if you're Lovie Smith, you go for this?
That's good. Georgia, Kentucky is more like Army, Navy.
Unfortunately, the system there is shotgun a lot. You would love to think, hey, let's just do a sneak. Try to tell your own line to get a half a yard here. Yep, here he goes under center.
Oh, they're going to go QB sneak. And they got it. It's all right.
Kendrick Green has experience too. It's his 27th straight start moving over to center and replaced the two-time captain Doug Kramer. That's a nice job. The activator of the gun, hurry up, get up there, don't let Purdue adjust. A lot of times on a stick situation, they'll jam around the center. Illinois didn't give them time.
Sweep. Get him. All right, not bad. 5 yards.
Hey, Brandon and James, the other game right now is Michigan State and Michigan. Look who strikes first, but visiting Spartans, 30 yards, Rocky Lombardi to Ricky White. MSU is up 7-0, but Michigan is driving.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Off the play,
Ooh. Illinois with the Butterfingers.
Taylor taking a couple shots here early after coming into the game. How about that first one where Simeon Smiley just flipped him upside down, and then this last one by Derek Barnes. Baptism by fire. He takes off.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Inside the Boilermaker 30, and he's got some words for Robert McWilliams.
This is the design quarterback run, a draw play. And in the open field, Taylor is out running some angles.
Oh God.
And it has provided a little bit of spark. I guarantee that's what Rod Smith was thinking. How do we get a little spark for this offense? They didn't do much a week ago. They struggled bad against Wisconsin. They found a little something here with Taylor. Now, can he make that next step and make a few throws here as they enter that high red zone area?
Misdirection. Wake up, defense.
That's his first ever career touch. He hasn't had a catch, and that's his first run as a member of the Fighting Illini. A lot of training camp plays, so you're going to see more of Cumbie as the season goes on.
Get him. Yes. Beautiful. Should be either be no gain or a loss or 3rd and inches.
That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah.
I'm Illinois. This is 4 down territory. I'm thinking I got a 1st down on a sneak on the 4th down already on this drive. Kind of use this as a free down.
No, going Wildcat. Oh, yes. That wasn't Wildcat, but I think they had a different quarterback in. Another 4th down for the Illini. Now, Illinois is missing their starting kicker because either he tested positive or he was contact traced. But it's going to bring up 4th down, and I think either 1 or 2.
Big Lorenzo Neal coming out the field. It's good to see him back out there for the Boilermakers after missing all of last season.
Oh, here we go. Illegal blindside block on Illinois. Oh, so they're going to take the penalty. It's going to be a replay 3rd down. Okay. Oh, yeah, right there on Simeon Smiley.
Basically, it's a defenseless defender. I love to have that protection. We did not have that back when I played. I promise you that.
Yeah, that's a big mistake there by Casey Washington. Now you put the football to be back at the 33, so from here it would be about a 50-yard field goal attempt.
3rd and 16. Oh, Illinois is shooting yourselves in the foot. Man in motion. Oh! DeMarcus Mitchell almost had that. It was going to be up 4th and 16 for Illinois. And the offense for Illinois is going to come off the field. They're going to punt.
We got an elite punter back back there, Blake Hayes.
Oh, the pooch punt. That's good. That's a good punt by Illinois. I'll give it to him.
So they didn't have their starting kicker, James McCourt, but Blake Hayes doing his job.
Yeah, you see right here. Look at Purdue's defense. Lined up back. They wait till Illinois checks with the sideline. After the check, they come up. Let's change it on them. A little bit of cat and mouse right now by Bob Diaco, the defensive coordinator.
Channel's a Georgia game on.
You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Quicker call for a quote today.
Oh my goodness. Georgia's only up 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. That is not good. Not good. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Boston College is up 14-7 on the Taters. Cincy's still up 7-0. Michigan and Michigan State still tied at 7.
Polyurethanes are used in lunges, scratch-resistant coatings, format issues, memory foam eyeglasses. It's almost everything. Polyurethanes last a really long time, and they end up going in.
Check out Chess's stream.
The only way to get rid of them right now is by burning them, so it generates a lot of bad chemicals for the environment. We're able to make this next generation of polyurethane where we incorporated degradable bonds and degrade it at room temperature.
What we're doing is breaking it down into different materials and then using those materials to make something new. So one of the things we did was take a rubbery material, we dissolved it with our magic mix, and then we converted it into an adhesive. The beauty of this is you can take a product, use it, and when you're done with it, turn it into something else. So it just saves an enormous amount of energy and less landfills.
Stream every Big Ten Network game on the Fox Sports app presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Download today on your smartphone, on your tablet, and all connected devices. So the great punt by Blake Hayes, and now
And the year after that.
back in his end zone.
Spree's taking over on offense.
3 yards. Hoping that Lubbock defense can hold strong as we go down to Rick Pizzo.
I don't know why my head's so itchy.
Watching his team make the same mistakes in week 2 that they made in week 1. Lovie Smith talked about the coverage busts against Wisconsin, and his team wasn't lined up correctly pre-snap. After that first Purdue drive, he said the exact same thing, telling his players, you can't make a play if you're lined up in the wrong spot, especially if Purdue runs misdirection, which they do on nearly every play.
You're going to throw it. David Bell, make a move. That's going to be a first down, a little bit more.
With a first down as we go back to Mike Hall in Chicago for a T-Mobile Studio update.
Well, Brandon, when we last chatted, I mentioned Michigan was driving. They have driven. That's Blake Corum into the end zone for the Maize in blue. The Paul Bunyan Trophy on the line. Not enough success.
All right, first and 10 from the 17.
But to Rick's point, and you kind of mentioned it earlier, the secondary last week against Wisconsin really got shredded, and he said it's disappointing because we've got a lot of veterans back there.
Yeah, when you have an experienced team, you don't expect those things to happen. And Lovie Smith was talking to us. He's like, there's no defense where we're going to leave a guy wide open 3 times, you know? So they're mental things. It's one thing to get beat physically, Brandon, when a guy's just better than you and makes a catch. But if you let him just have free ones, that's just not a good ball.
Second and 11, tight cover.
That's a yeah. That's forward. That's progress.
Now they said the ruling on the field is
Let's see this.
You know, as a defender, I don't like this forward progress. He rips that out, man. That is this is not reviewable. Forward progress is not reviewable, but that one hurts for Lovie Smith.
All right, 3rd and 6. Need to convert here. Timeout, Illinois.
Timeout here taken by Illinois. Timeout. 30-second timeout and right back to Champaign.
I'll be honest, that probably should have been 7 points for Illinois. But we'll take it. We'll take it.
The one thing we could both agree on is getting Geico to help with our winter's insurance. Yeah, switching and saving was really easy. Good. Could use a little salt.
Visit geico.com and see how easy saving on renter's insurance can be.
But back to that last call, Dean. What did you think? Could they review whether or not this was a catch?
They can't. The ruling on the field was a catch and forward progress stop. So they can't rule on the progress and make it a ball, but they can rule on whether it was a catch. And if the receiver didn't have the ball long enough, can actually make it an interception.
All right, Dean. Thanks very much. Well, it is a catch, and now it's 3rd and 6 on the short game by Payne Durham.
Gonna throw it. Oh my gosh, where? What the heck just happened? Where's the blocker on that side of the field? And it's gonna be Purdue's ball, thank God.
And nobody accounts for Owen Carney down here on the bottom of your screen. They try to spread out away. Don't miss the layup, they used to say, when you're unblocked. Nicely done. And you see that culture of Lovie Smith. They're always
Oh my gosh. Who's the left tackle? Just missed him.
on the last one. Instead, this time they do. Purdue fortunate to fall back on top of that one. Jeff Brom talking with his quarterback after he came.
He's probably telling him that's not your fault. You should have been blocked. It's a good punt. That is a good punt. Down to the 34.
51-yard punt for the sophomore Cormier. Lovie Smith discussed that defensive line was really hard hit last year, losing 4 good ones. And we mentioned Keith Randolph, one of the guys out due to contact tracing today. So nice to see Owen Carney make a play off the edge. Yeah, it is. And they need some production at pass rush. Talking to Lovie Smith this week, he said that was one of the areas he thought needed to improve, not only the mental mistakes, but the pass rush. So they have too many veteran guys for those mental errors. I know you don't have to cover as long when you get a rush. He mentioned that to us on the Zoom call. And it is Karan Taylor coming out for another series.
Look at the gang tackling. This defense is so much better than it was last year.
Brandon Peters, again, out with COVID. Isaiah Williams out with contact tracing. Instead of Matt Robinson, now it's Taylor in there. I mean, he had to come into this week thinking, no way I'm going to play, and now he's the guy. I love what Ron Smith's doing. I'm just going to go with the guy who gave us a spark. We're able to move it down the field a little bit. That penalty sets him back in the last drive, but go with the hot hand.
With a quarterback design run. Come on, Barnes, make the tackle. There you go. There you go.
And what might this be like for Brandon Peters sitting at home right now and knowing that for the next almost 20 days you're out of action? Oh, it's got to be eating them up. And Brandon, this is the nice thing about football. This is what I love about the sport, is that it's a unique work environment, right, to where you are rooting for guys who the success out there of Taylor could ultimately affect your future. But yet you're rooting for him because you go through the battles in practice day in and day out. It's truly unique, and I don't think there's any workplace like it.
Get him. Get him. Ball. Ooh. It's all right. Good D.
We showed you earlier, he's taking some shots already, and on that one, Jalen Alexander, the amount of ground that Alexander covers as a linebacker right there is just impressive. And I'm sure
That's good defense right there.
I will tell Taylor, look, you gotta eat that one or throw it away. Don't try to make too much happen out there. Fortunate that ball doesn't float up and Purdue come underneath it. But Jalen Alexander mentioned 10 tackles a week ago, flying around the football.
Also had a forced fumble last week in that win against Iowa.
Oh, are you freaking kidding me? Really? You serious? You just gotta tackle the punter?
So Illinois is going to get to keep the ball.
It's so dumb of you.
That is a huge mistake by Armour.
There's no doubt about that one. I mean, some of those you understand if the guys close the big.
Who's that? Alfred Armour?
Man, that's a tough one there for Purdue. This is a sudden change situation. What does that mean? Okay, so you go to on the defense there. Purdue goes to the bench. They're getting some water, some Gatorade. You think you did your job. It's a turnover. It's a turnover situation. Hey, our special teams didn't get the job done. Now we need to come back out here and re-steal some momentum we just had from that 3.
Come on.
So when you're on the bench, all you hear is sudden change, sudden change. Sometimes we call it watch this. Watch us recapture the momentum.
Run. Jesus. Come on. All because you freaking tackle the punter.
Yeah, this is a welcome sight for Fighting Illini fans. They're missing on some production at running back. Rex Corbin no longer here. Counted for 21.4% of scrimmage yards a year ago.
And that 30-yard run winds us down to the end of the first 15 minutes. A lot of emotion between these two teams in the second week of the Big Ten slate.
Good afternoon, board members. We have some great new ideas that we want to present to you today. The first item on the list is selecting chairman for the advisory.
Good golly.
Child care options run out. Lifetime retirement income from TIAA doesn't. Guaranteed monthly income for life.
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. 10,000 perfectly placed stitches. 16 beautiful speakers beating with 1,400 watts of power. The performance of 617 thundering horses. And 0 to 60 in 3 awe-inspiring seconds. This is the M8 competition, the most powerful BMW ever.
More meat ounces means more meat bounces. Get any papadilla like the new double cheeseburger papadilla for just $6.
Papa John's. Don't be afraid. This Halloween will be just like last. We'll buy tons of Reese's Cups for the youngins. And eat them all ourselves.
Reese's. When we talk about our best moments, they include humanity's first steps on the moon, alongside steps we're taking right now at Purdue University. A family of students and professors who are in this together, persistently pursuing, relentlessly defending the next game changers, ceiling breakers, innovators, boilermakers. Our greatest adventures are yet to come, and they include you and everything we will experience together when you take your next giant leap.
Happy Halloween all from us at the Big Ten Network. Second quarter action, Purdue up 7-0, but Illinois driving. Behind sophomore Karan Taylor.
Come on, D.
Snap, Taylor takes it.
Get him, Barnes. That's not Barnes. It's
But he cannot. Samisi Fakasieki pulling him down by the arm.
You say that guy's name.
You're in the area of the field where you got to take a shot at the end zone. The problem is your big target wide receiver isn't out there. Josh Bebe is not on the field right now. This is an area where you got to take a shot.
Rolling out, Taylor.
Yes, Derek Barnes, go! Intercepted! Yes! Let's go! Woo! What's the flag for? There's a flag.
Derek Barnes right here. He's going to see the spread out action after the interception run. And during the return, right to the spot, right block in the back. Return team. Number 8. Correction, number 6. Half the distance to the goal. First down to 10 Purdue.
All right, so it's going to be Purdue ball, but it was an illegal block in the back during the interception return. So,
He recognized where the spot route was coming on the sprint pass. Problem was, it was open. It was just an inaccurate throw.
oh, Joey Gatewood's playing for Kentucky today.
He just threw it way behind him, and Barnes.
Wow.
You got to catch it, hit it. And when it hits you in the hands, you got to catch those ones on defense.
Yeah, costly turnover after they gifted the football on the roughing the punter call. And now Purdue starts from their own 9-yard line.
Xander Horvath to the outside. There you go.
You mentioned the game he had last week against Iowa where he was over 100 yards and he had 164 in his final game of last year, so he has been playing much better at running back.
Yeah, what I loved about last week is 93 of those yards were in the second half against Iowa. And they were able to stay balanced. But Iowa really off balance. Purdue being basically between all passing, not so much so far this season.
Xander Horvath, first down.
First down running behind that offensive line as we check back in with Rick Bezos.
It's an offensive line, Brandon, that was upset with itself after the sack by Illinois on that last drive. Grant Hermans, the strong left tackle, came off the field, slammed his helmet down. Important for the offensive line, your quarterback to be simpatico. Even Aiden O'Connell was giving him a dirty look after Hermans missed his assignment. Jeff Braun came over, gave a little bit of a pep talk. Remember, Braun told us it is both good and bad that Purdue rotates 10 offensive linemen. Means they have a lot of depth, but they don't have what he called a bona fide top shelf guy on that line.
Get out of there. There you go.
He's going to get about a 10-yard gain.
That's leadership right there out of Herman. I mean, the fact that this is his 30th career start out here today, and he's a guy that has played a lot of football. And I thought it's very interesting when you have 10 guys rotating 50. You wonder, can these guys be able to go rhythm? But you'd love to hear those stories that Rick brought to us about just the fire on the sideline. You guys want to get stuff right.
This time, not much space, just 1 yard for Horvath.
All right, first down. There we go.
Stay connected to Big Ten Network on Twitter for exclusive content. Follow us at Purdue on BTN and at Illinois on BTN. There was enough space there for Horvath, though, to get the first down. As Jeff Braun looks on, so excited to be on the sideline as opposed to back at home where he was a week ago when Brother Brian was calling the plays for the first time in his career.
O'Connell back to pass. Throw it away. Why would you not chuck it out of bounds instead of chucking it into double coverage, dude? Yes, we got a flag here. Roughing the passer, okay.
Carney. You see, when you cannot hit the quarterback anywhere near the helmet anymore football, and that's a good call by the official there. You cannot go up near the head, the face. That's obvious. Putting a hand down on him. Really, that was a bad decision by Aiden O'Connell to try to force that football.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant because you get a first down. All the way out to the 45, where we've seen some mental mistakes on
Xander Horvath. Oh, Jesus.
That's a costly penalty on Owen Carney. Now can Purdue take advantage of what has been a Low scoring opening half of play.
Oh, excuse me. Come on. Slant for David Bell. He's going to be short, I think.
13 catches last week, all 3 touchdowns. Big Ten co-offensive player of the week with Graham Mertz, who we saw at Wisconsin. David Bell is so good, especially in the absence of Rondale Moore.
Yeah, he has really emerged for Purdue. In 7 of the 13 games in his career there, he's got over 100 yards. It's consistency. I mean, 3 touchdowns in a ball game is really impressive. And you wonder, as they move down the field here into Illinois territory, do they take a shot to their stud wide receiver?
Play action. Taking a shot. Yes! David Bell. Touchdown. Woo! Oh, that's not David Bell. It's Milton Wright. All right. Woo-hoo. Milton Wright. What a throw. That was a beautiful throw. Look at the beautiful ball. I think that's his first touchdown of the season.
You can see Bell ran a deep dig route that time. Maybe got the attention of the safety, and Milton Wright runs right past him. Jeff Brown's got to be really excited about back-to-back weeks for Wright.
The extra point is good.
Can you imagine if they had Rondale Moore with these 2 guys? My goodness. Last week it was David Bell with a 3 touchdown receptions. Here, Milton Wright, 45-yard connection. And a perfect throw, by the way, from the junior.
That really was a perfect throw.
T-Mobile's been building its 5G network for a moment like this. Introducing the iPhone 12 Pro 5G. Now it's T-Mobile's leader in 5G coverage. You can unleash the power of the epic iPhone 12 Pro in more places. Get 2 iPhone 12 Pros and 2 lines of unlimited 5G for just $100. Only at T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
To fix the curve, we need to increase federal support for testing, doubling the number of drive-through testing sites. It's a simple measure. Everyone needs to wear a mask in public. We need real plans, real guidelines with uniform, nationwide standards. Simple proposition, folks. We're all in this together. We got to fight this together. We'll emerge from this stronger because we did it together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Ooh, Cincinnati up 14-7 on Memphis.
I feel comfortable and protected all day.
Dove Men Plus Care, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisture. Right now with Judy, you can get half off your second sandwich by using promo code SAVEON2.
Greg booked another Sunday meeting.
Wizards! Wizards days! Perfect for you and your new coworker. Just use SaveOn2 online or on our app.
Speedway scoring drive, 3:28. That's all it took for Purdue to go 91 yards. Almost half of that on the final play, the 45-yard touchdown reception by Milton Wright. And Purdue, who only mustered 6 points in this game last year when Illinois went to West Lafayette in the driving rainstorm and beat up on Purdue 24-6. They already have 14 here in the first half, and they're blanking the home team.
Well, get him.
Pretty good return out to the 36.
There you go.
On that touchdown in the Illinois secondary.
outsettles his feet, which allows Miller Wright to occupy that zone. Sidney Brown, he's pointing at Bell. Hey, look at him, look at him. He needs to get depth to cover that deep third. Instead, no,
Yeah, so that's a miscommunication by Illinois' defense.
that's the decoy of David Bell. You mentioned what if they had Rondale Moore. Well, gosh, how many eyeballs do you have on defense to look at Rondale Moore and David Bell and Milton Wright? I think this is the second most talented wide receiver room in all of the Big Ten.
I'm going to say you think
Oh!
is maybe the first.
Man, I really thought they gave it to the running back there.
That's a former Buckeye, James Laurinaitis.
But Lovie Smith said it as well. He said, look, if Rondale Moore is playing for this offense, they're arguably right up there with Ohio State. Because now I haven't watched Ohio State tape like he has Purdue studying for this game. Not yet, anyway. He's like, but he was impressed with Ohio State wide receivers there. But those groups are very close.
Chase Brown heading 5 yards, so that'll bring up 3rd and 5. And we don't have any information, by the way, on whether or not Rondale Moore will be back next week or in the future. We know as much as you do that he was out last week, he is out today, and there's no other information provided.
Third and 6.
Third down and 6 here for Karan Taylor at Illinois.
Oh, get him! Get him!
Off his back foot and
Oh! Okay, batted down.
that comes in here in the secondary. Giovante Howard batted that ball away as Taylor once again ends up on his backside.
Prior to the pass being thrown, holding defense.
What? Where?
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Yeah, there's Giovante Howard right there.
No.
Just has his hands all over Daniel Barker, the tight end for Illinois. Yeah. That's a great call there by the crew.
Jesus.
Pretty clear and obvious. And a
So freaking penalties screw us over again.
feeling if they would go into the lockers with no points. In a tough second half, again, your fourth-string quarterback, several key pieces missing. Full-head steam from Mike Epstein with a strong 10-yard gain. They would love to see more of that. You mentioned that they don't have Corbin or Brown. They're gone from last year, but they think Brown and Epstein could be a good 1-2 punch. And here we go, Illinois. Liking to play with 10.
Oh.
And it works to their benefit. Ryan Hightower, the Miami, Florida transfer, with a first down.
Come on, D. Okay. Illegal substitution. Are you serious?
Could get off the field in time.
That's tough about going about this tempo.
Spread off.
They give you so much stress. How the tempo of the quick and then the finger on the snap, they look to the sideline. There got Purdue on the substitution.
Oh, ball. That's ball. Our ball. Purdue ball. Purdue ball. Yes, Purdue ball. Yes.
Taylor trying to hand it to Epstein. And just when it looked like
Yes, Purdue ball.
they coughed it up.
Oh, the bad exchange from quarterback to running back.
I think that's Jalen Graham that came in there to get it. He forced a fumble last week. Graham, he picks it up here.
Let's go.
I'm not your grandma. I don't wear 12 layers of clothes in July, and I think Canada dried bowls with an extra kick of real ginger taste that would blow the tennis balls off your grandma's floor. Do Canada Dry Bowls ginger, not your grandma's ginger ale.
Hey man, I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my Instagram page. Has the bird
This defense is playing so good right now.
Everyone's practicing great rates. Remember to pay the favors and field passes. Come on. No favors, just great rates. Okay, fine. I'll let you order the range, but only for a day. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Look at this human trying to get in shape. You know what he will get? Muscle pain. Give up. The couch is calling. I say it's me, the couch. I'm calling. Ray says you can't. Advil says you can.
Every key moment, every big play. Our crew breaks down the entire day of Big Ten football with highlights, expert analysis, and post-game reaction. The Final Drive, presented by Auto Owners Insurance, tonight on the Big Ten Network.
Every school. Every day. Every big game. Every big moment. It's everything we play with. It's everything we live for. Every kick and catch. Every pass. Score. And more. Every minute, every second, every breath. This is big. Only on Big Ten Network.
Big topics, big interviews.
This is a huge challenge.
Big analysis.
This is the team that's going to be very explosive.
Defense wins championships. The Big Show, presented by Marathon. Monday at 6 Eastern on the Big Ten Network.
Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren in attendance. Obviously, that's
Boo!
on his plate in his first year taking over for Jim Delaney.
Boo!
The Illini and the Boilermakers. By the way, with the election on Tuesday, the Big Ten Equality Coalition provided all 14 football programs with the hashtag Big Vote decals that you see there on the helmet. And today, over 3/4 of the Big Ten student athletes are registered to vote. Thanks to that initiative to provide information and civic engagement instructions to all of the Big Ten student athletes. A great initiative there as Xander Horvath gets the first down carry for Purdue. A loss of 1 second and 11. Horvath able to escape. Stay on his feet.
Go, Xander.
He is so strong. 230 pounds. Let's take a look at the AP Top 15 presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. You got the Buckeyes at 3 and Wisconsin moving up to 9, but of course not playing this weekend.
Yeah, the big one tonight, Ohio State going to Penn State. Man, it's going to be weird watching that football game with no whiteout. I unfortunately had to experience the first whiteout in 05 when we played there and lost. That is a special atmosphere.
Good play.
First down here. Boy, no one can take down Sparks. Jared Sparks, the fifth
Jared
receiver,
Sparks.
with a reception.
Does a nice job. He's got a little left hand there, a little push on the defensive back, and he's running a quick slant. They never call that, though, on wide receivers, you know, PI. Not too much anyway, but nice rhythm throw by O'Connell.
Couple of catches last week. There's the third of the season for Sparks, and here we got some movement. Everybody pointing the other direction.
Offside. Defense. Number 99. Moving into the neutral zone, causing a reaction by the offense.
So basically a neutral zone. Just make it easier for yourself and just say neutral zone infraction, dude.
But he's right when he talks about Ohio State, Penn State, and the difference that no crowd could make. We spoke with former Ohio State coach Urban Meyer about it a couple of times this year. Meyer says he believes that crowd on a whiteout Saturday night in Happy Valley is worth as much as 10 points to the home team.
Yeah, it is something. That's for sure.
He's dead. Whoa. That's not a fumble. What?
Down, they say no. Witherspoon recovers it, and Jake Hansen, who led the nation last year with 7 forced fumbles, got injured last week, back this week, and making an impact there.
He's got him wrapped up. This is just culture. Knees down.
There's the both of his knees.
So it appears that will not stand. take the break and sort it out on the other side.
If that's not reviewed,
Here's to the doers. To all the people who realize they can do more with less asthma. Thanks to Dupixent, the add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Dupixent isn't for sudden breathing problems. It can improve lung function and breathing in as little as 2 weeks and help prevent severe asthma attacks. It's not a steroid, but can help reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Talk to your asthma specialist about Dupixent. If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help. We're trying to make healthy food taste better to more people. We're here in the Spit Lab. That stands for saliva, perception, ingestion, and tongues. Those are sort of the tools that my lab uses to study people. We study taste and flavor and spit in order to figure out, could we help someone who either is restricted to a certain diet because of a medical condition that they have? Could we help their food be better? Or can we change the food itself? And can we make healthy eating enjoyable for everybody? Food should taste good even when it's healthy for you and even when you aren't healthy. You know, that's just a fundamental value that I hold because I love food and I think everybody should get to love their food as well. If we can better understand the way people experience their food, we can help them live healthier lives.
what? Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on a minute. Whoa, whoa.
So this is not a fumble. And Dean Blandino, I assume you agree with the reversal. Oh,
I
wait.
do. Looking at it during the break, there were some really good shots from our crew, and you can see it's going to be that knee that's going to touch, and the ball is still within the runner's control, and then it comes out after the knee is down. It's any body part other than a hand or a foot will put the player down.
Okay, thank you, Dean. There's actually some confusion. We thought it was reversed, but that is not the case.
That's terrible.
So they said reversed, but it stands. Apologize for the confusion.
What?
Confused as you, obviously, in Illinois.
Oh, give me a break. Pass. Where's the push in the back right there?
So an interesting sequence. Okay. Well, now, Dean, we didn't think, well, we thought it was going to be reversed. It wasn't. What do you make of it?
Well, obviously they felt it wasn't clear and obvious. Again, it looked like the player had control with the knee down, but if there's any doubt in the replay official's mind, you've got to go stand, and that's what they felt.
Okay. And now Illinois with a big opportunity here. They've had the ball in Purdue territory twice, and it turned it over twice. One interception, one fumble, and now they're down inside the Boilermakers 35.
This is an area of the field. Take a shot to your big man. Go down the field and try to hit Josh Imatorbhebhe. It's on the bottom of the screen right here. Take a shot.
Oh! Yeah, that may as well be Purdue ball at this point.
And the quarterback, Karan Taylor, another one there, and that's going to cost him as they don't go in the wrong direction. Loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Fourth string quarterback out there, remember, if you're just joining us. Imatorbhebhe swung down at the 26-yard line. So they get quite a bit of that yardage back, 3rd down. And there's Matt Robinson. It's like he's limping a little bit on the sideline. He started the game for one series.
Yeah, I look down towards the coaches that were signaling, and you see Deuce Spann down there. I didn't see 12, and you saw him kind of limping on the sideline. I don't think we'll see any more of him today.
So Taylor spinning twice. even if he doesn't get this, remember you also have your backup kicker. They opted to not kick from 50 yards earlier. It appears they're going to keep the offense out there.
Yeah, Colin Taylor's showing some serious toughness right now. There were 2 or 3 guys there from Purdue that came in and tried to take shots on him when he was a runner. Tough runner.
Look at all of those guys out today. The ones highlighted in yellow are impact players. Good decision to hand the ball to Chase Brown. This drive continues as we eke inside of 5 minutes left in the second quarter. And a flag down, and also George Karlaftis.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
Defensive end is down for Purdue.
Oh crap. That ain't good.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense.
Oh, yeah.
That's his first of the ball game. The penalty enforced half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Jalen Graham, come on, dude.
Right now, James, everybody worried about George Karlaftis, the highest ranked recruiter in the Brom era, and such a good player for them.
Yeah, 7.5 sacks a year ago. Freshman All-American. Super talented, and you hope that he's okay.
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. 10,000 perfectly placed stitches. 16 beautiful speakers beating with 1,400 watts of power. The performance of 617 thundering horses. And 0 to 60 in 3 awe-inspiring seconds. This is the M8 competition, the most powerful BMW ever.
Meet the new DQ Loaded A1 Steakhouse Burger, stacked with thick-cut bacon, crunchy onion rings, and 2 premium steak sauces. A1 thick and hearty steak sauce and a creamy peppercorn sauce. This is one burger that needs 2 hands. DQ, happy tastes good.
Every key moment, every big play. Our crew breaks down the entire day of Big Ten football with highlights.
All right, so it looks like it's an ankle injury.
Reaction. The final drive presented by Auto Owners Insurance tonight on the Big Ten Network.
George Karlaftis being helped out.
Okay, so he's putting weight on it.
Yeah, there he is right there. Just gets rolled up on. You hate to see that.
Yeah.
Up there in the trenches, working around the piles. Hope that he's all right.
And that was Lawrence Johnson who got pushed back into him, and that leg, as you saw, hit all the way back. So first and goal. There was also the penalty on Graham. And
No.
Steve takes it right up the middle to get Illinois on the board with 4:46.
All because Jalen Graham has to be stupid.
And a welcome back to the end zone for Mike Epstein, who missed last year with that knee injury.
The nice response by Illinois. Jake Hansen forces the fumble. They review it. They keep the ball. They go down the field and punch it in the end zone, and now you have a 7-point game.
7-point game indeed, because Caleb Griffin hits the extra point. Mike Epstein getting Illinois right back into this football game. And we'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Here is a bit of wisdom from your Uncle Cooper. Tires exist on a spectrum. On one end, you got too much tire. On the other, you don't get enough. Both ends are rip-offs. You're either paying for more than you need or needing more even after you pay. So if you want a tire that costs what tires should cost and does what tires should do, go right for the sweet spot. Go with the Coopers. Cooper.
Football on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by assets for you. And by Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference. Some of the 1,100 cardboard cutout fans. And Matt Robinson, who got the start today, the unexpected start. James, you highlighted it a moment ago, but injured and heading to the locker room as we check back in with Rick Bezo.
And Brandon, we did get official confirmation from the Illinois Athletic Department that a right ankle injury. Robinson spent most of the first half with his shoe off. He's going to be reevaluated as a half, but watching him walk off, you have to say his return is doubtful at best.
Man, what a tough break. I mean, tough breaks, plural. Now your fourth string quarterback here, and coming off a performance that Lovie Smith just said left such a bad taste in his mouth last week when Wisconsin jumped all over Illinois 45-7. Let's go to Chicago for a T-Mobile studio update. Here's Mike Paul.
Once again, the latest in the Paul Bunyan Trophy. We're tied at 7 until Michigan.
Oh, wow, Michigan State.
Connor Hayward with the grab. The Spartans have 6.5 minutes to go in the half. They're up on their rival.
Oh, boy.
A flag for offsides. So a flag there for offsides, but how about Michigan State?
Yeah, how do you get offsides on a kickoff? Oh, God, my eyebrows messed up.
Big Sparty. You never know, those rivalry games, weird stuff can happen. And, you know, Michigan highly favored coming in. They have a lot of momentum with a big win over Minnesota. They're struggling right now, down 14-7.
And it's 14-7 here. Purdue on top.
Need to get in the end zone here. All right, little dump off. I like it. Not bad. Good play. Good play.
What a great start for the Walk Grove, Illinois native Aiden O'Connell.
I think this is an important series this first half here, Brandon. You have Illinois finally answers. You mentioned their fourth-string quarterback, all the stuff that's happened. Just the you know, with the COVID positive test and then the contact tracing, all that, the lack of players. And yet you're only down 7. If you're really going to stop before half, I think that's a big momentum for
Xander Horvath. Ooh, go. First down, Purdue.
Seems like every time it's 4 or 5 times to get into the ground.
Sure does. You know, he looks like he's running a little bit angrier. I think he's upset at that fumble that Jake Hansen got on him. This is a simple one-back power play. He does a nice job reading it. There you mentioned it. 3 or 4 hats trying to take him down.
Off the play fake, O'Connell. He's got Horvath if he wants.
Xander Horvath again. First down across the 40. There you go.
Purdue moving methodically. Next Saturday, a huge day of Big Ten football features a showdown between Michigan and Indiana on FS1. And then how about 4 games here on the
Jesus, 4 games on the Big Ten Network?
FS1, Big Ten Network, and of course, all those also on the Fox Sports.
At noon. How can they have two 2:30 games on Big Ten Network? Going into center. Play action. Yep. To Milton Wright. Makes a move. There you go. There you go.
Aiden O'Connell's been so efficient on this drive. Talking to Jeff Brown earlier in the week, he had said he wanted Aiden to make smarter decisions, check the ball down more. You saw that he did that. Horvath on the previous play that time, he takes the easy read in the flat to right. Really in control right now of this offense. David Bell, on your screen, supposed to be press coverage on him.
Xander Horvath, you'll gain about a yard or 2.
2-yard gain. You mentioned it was an important drive if Purdue could strike right back and take it 21-7. As we approach 2 minutes left. O'Connell.
There you go.
Short game. tackle by Witherspoon. Well, you're well within the range of J.D. Dellinger here on 3rd and 4.
You see Purdue looking at the sideline. They're in no hurry right now with the clock at 1:35 and ticking down. Look for them to use up all of that play clock. Not trying to give Illinois any momentum or the ball back here before the half.
Hey, whoa! Whoa! Where's that?
He took a big shot last week in the Iowa game. He did return, and this one maybe was even more violent.
He tries to squeeze it in and cover two right there in the honey hole. Oh, man. That ball being thrown high exposes right.
It's a hit on a defenseless receiver.
Right deep, Blandino. Did you think the Browns' hit was clean there?
I did. He did an excellent job. Exactly what you want the player to do there. Turn the head to the side, lead with the shoulder, stays off the head neck area. That's a clean hit.
Thanks, Dean. It's clean. It just doesn't mean that it stings any less for Milton Wright.
Yeah, maybe it is clean, but
I know you saw that hit he took last week against Iowa. I didn't think he was going to come back in the game, but he did.
No, I didn't either. It was a good read by O'Connell there. It was cover two, and the corner sat. If that ball's lower, that's a completion. But tell you what, Bill Wright still off his toughness. It's the second week in a row taking a shot and being able to get up. Hopefully come back in this ball game.
Yeah, Jeff Rock mentioned that of all the things that stood out to him about Milton Wright last week as he watched at home, that was one. His toughness to come back from that hit. So now our first field goal attempt of the afternoon.
J.D. Oh.
30-second timeout.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. So shop Ace online and get free in-store or curbside pickup right in your neighborhood. Everything you delivered the very same day.
Helpful hardware, folks.
Time to make your disappointing breakfast your Xmas. Because Wendy's has your new breakfast lunch with a fresh cracked egg on every sandwich.
Oh, George is only up 7-3 at halftime. I gotta go check on Lou.
Hurry in for the breakfast of your dreams tonight.
Coming up, it's the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups halftime report. David McGain breaking down our first half and getting you caught up on everything from week 2 up to Big Ten, including that possible Spartan surprise. Ron Taylor getting ready to go back out, hoping to lead Illinois on some type of a scoring drive here with just a minute 13 seconds on the clock. Kamari Thompson.
All right. Good kickoff coverage. Only returned it about to the 20 for the 21.
Isaiah Williams, if that's a contact tracing issue as expected, he will miss both this game and next week. We saw Matt Robinson limp into the locker room. If Robinson can't go, we expect this to be Karan Taylor's job. And the two guys behind him, Drew Spann, Josh Beetham, have almost no experience playing college football whatsoever. So right now, it is a hold your breath moment for Illinois and offensive coordinator Rob Smith.
Illinois back on offense. Oh. Come on, DBs. You played so good last week, and here you are.
The quarterback situation is going to be interesting to track here the next couple of weeks. No doubt about it. That 21-day period.
Get him. Get him.
Another throw wide open at the 30-yard line is Hightower again.
What are the DBs doing? Are you seriously going to let Illinois score here? Yeah. He's just splitting the holes. Like, does Simeon Smiley not know that guy exists?
So much discussion of Matter Bebe, but Hightowers, I mentioned, a Miami of Florida transfer that was granted immediate eligibility. Spent 2 seasons with the Hurricanes and now in his junior year with Illinois. He's a highly talented recruit out of high school, choosing Miami over Bama and Clemson. Deron Taylor at the 10-yard line, as he's able to find Donnie Navarro. That's another guy they expect to have a big impact this year. So 29 seconds, and then you've got a 3rd down. Still 2 timeouts as well. Here's Amada Bebe. Look at the 2 defenders from Purdue. Almost like a bracket on the big wide receiver. See if they hold the quarterback. Instead, they swing it to Epstein with the pass.
Incomplete. That's forward.
You see the respect that Bob Diaco has for Joshie Matter-Bebe. They have 2 defenders over there. They're alert for that fade down there in the red zone. And Lovie Smith up the trust, the backup kicker. Remember, James McCourt out as well with contact tracing today.
Yeah, again, 2 guys tested positive.
So Illinois is going to go for a field goal. 28 yards.
Including McCourt. So here's the first ever field goal attempt for Caleb Griffin.
That's good.
Right,
This better be the only points we give up all game, because there's no way we should be letting Illinois score 10 points.
celebratory moment for Caleb Griffin.
At CDW, we want happy, productive.
Oh my God.
Really need to get out of here. Snake people are freaking me out. Hey, Cheryl, give us that.
For workplace productivity, you need Lenovo and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it.
That was a pretty important response right there for Lovie Smith's group.
Yeah, absolutely. Purdue gets a field goal. Thinking to yourself, 4th-string quarterback. Maybe we should be a little conservative on this drive before half. No, instead, some nice throws. Working with Brian Hightower was Karan Taylor down the field. Really a nicely done job. You get another field goal yourself, and it's a one-score ball game. You're the 4th-string quarterback. A lot of stuff has happened. There's never been a season or next man up to the 2020 football season.
Yep, everybody adjusting on the fly, including us, when they came in here and told us an hour before kick about all the changes going on. All right, today's Built for Success is presented by Rocket Mortgage. And we spotlight Tariq Barnes. You remember last week he came in for the injured Jake Hansen and was really spectacular.
Yeah, led the team in tackles. That's how he flashed. Obviously scored the touchdown for them, the only Illini touchdown last week. But it was more than that. He got a sack as well. He was just flying around to the football. And I think sometimes when you get sprung into playing like that when you're a young guy, you don't have too much time to think. It can benefit you. But I know Lovie Smith is excited about Tariq Barnes' future. He just has to wait until Jake Hansen is done at Illinois.
Well, Hansen, a senior. His final year, you saw him get another forced fumble earlier.
Screen to Horvath.
Goes to Horvath here just to see what they can get. Now, do you come up and run another play? Let's see. There's Jake Hansen. He's the leader of that defense. Lovie Smith certainly happy to have him back. Aiden O'Connell is going to be taken down. I was surprised they opted to run another play. But O'Connell wrapped up. And that ends the first 30 minutes. Purdue on top, but all in all, if you're Illinois with everything you've gone through, you got to be pretty pleased with where you're at, no?
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that you're within one score, one touchdown here with their fourth-string quarterback, and it seems that Taylor's getting more and more comfortable. You know, that last drive really just his ability to move it through the air. When we first came in, we thought maybe we'll see a lot on the ground with Taylor. Instead, you saw it through the air. Nicely done job on that last drive, so you can throw behind the second.
96 all-time meeting. It's about as close as it can get. Illinois is 145, Purdue 44, and 6 ties. At intermission, it's the Boilermakers by 7.
Okay, I'm up. 5 more minutes. We're going to be on a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
I gotta work late. Don't know. I'll try not to wake you. Bye. Let's do this.
This thing around just died? Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? It's a Zach the Purdue fan here. Just want to have time. Thoughts? The Illinois game. Defense. Where are you? You're taking all these penalties and I mean, yeah, you do when you have 10 points, but you're not playing as good as you did last week. I mean, student penalties, you get the roughing, the punter, whatever the heck, and you get unsportsmanlike conduct that a lot of students injured. Defense needs to get better. 17-10. The offense is not playing too bad. Actually, kind of happy with how the offense is playing. But the defense just has to get better. O'Connell's making some good throws. He looks really good. But the defense just has to get better. I mean, the DBs, they played so good last week against Spencer Petras. Now you got this guy in, where Illinois has got 2 of their quarterbacks out because of COVID or contact tracing or something or other. But
We've made our office pet friendly. Too pet friendly.
I don't know. The defense just has to get better. But
more productive indoor out of the office.
just keep up what they're doing. I mean, offense keep scoring. Defense, they need to get better. I mean, the run defense looks pretty good. But the pass defense, is looking like the defense that was out there last year. But anyway, those are my halftime thoughts. I'm actually live here on the Zach Purdue channel as I'm making this video. Come hang with me if you want to watch the game with me. Defense, show up, please.
Guaranteed monthly income for life.
The Big Ten Network Halftime Report is presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Halftime in Champaign. A lot of storylines here. Matt Robinson getting the start. Brandon Peters, Isaiah Williams, both out due to COVID concerns for the Illini. You saw Jeff Brom back after his battle with COVID. Aiden O'Connell to Milton Wright. 45-yard touchdown, 7 catches last week. It's a big one there. Purdue on top 14-0. Let's give the Illini credit. Robinson got hurt. They're down to their 4th-string quarterback. Karan Taylor hands off to Mike Epstein there. So many injuries last year, but Epstein back and playing well. There you see Robinson hobbling off. George Karloftis got hurt for Purdue 17-10
Boilermakers at the half as we welcome you in the Big Ten Live halftime show presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Dave Ruffs along with Howard Griffith, Joshua Perry, Jerry DiNardo. And the big story for Purdue coming into the year was who would the quarterback be. You had the battle Jack Plummer, Aiden O'Connell. Went to O'Connell. He played well last week. He's playing well again today.
He once again stepped up and playing well, finding his playmakers, getting the ball to him, appears to be making all the right reads. So he's doing exactly what this coaching staff wants him to be able to do. See him have an opportunity, drop back, does a great job of finding the tight end over the middle, being able to make plays. That's what you want to be able to do, playing against that cover two a little bit. Now you get an opportunity to watch one of the best wideouts in this conference. Bell, who continues to make plays, goes up and grabs it, and then you're going to see a great throw and catch to right. So, he's calm. He's relaxed in the pocket. Illinois' got to find a way to make him uncomfortable so he doesn't have that opportunity to just sit back and be able to pick this team apart.
Hey, we all know Lovie Smith, right? I mean, he's like this. You can never tell if he's up by 40 or losing by 40. Before the game, talking to Rick Pizzo, he just said, this is what it's all about. We've got guys to replace it. Everyone's excited to play the game. And I think their team has somewhat reflected his personality. Karan Taylor is 6 for 12, 110 yards, 49 yards rushing. Not thinking he was even going to play today. I think he's doing a pretty good job. Joshua hanging in there.
No, and I kind of want to piggyback off of Howard. We're going to talk about Aiden O'Connell and what a great job that he does within that offense. But you have to talk about that offensive line, giving him time so he can sit back there and throw beautiful footballs. Talk about that wide receiver group. They get a ton of attention, but again, the run game, Xander Horvath has done a really good job today. So the offense is really clicking on all cylinders. Defense maybe needs to pick it up a little bit, but I'm impressed with what I'm seeing so far.
I give the Illini credit. They have actually outgained Purdue despite all of the issues they have. But how about O'Connell? He's 13-14. Last week, Graham Mertz 20 of 21 against the Illini, so 33 of 35 so far this year for opposing quarterback against Illinois, but still very much in this game, down just 7 at the break. Lots more going on around the league, including a big one at the Big House, and it's not necessarily the script many expected. We will tell you what's going on there, get you ready for the rest of the day as well. Big Ten Live, football halftime presented by Reese's.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I may have told her server you can give her the Rogers ring for her insurance.
Well, that's just fine, considering the Rogers rate isn't real.
Yeah, but I'm sure you gotta probably pull some strings or something. Yeah.
Look, there are no strings. Here's the deal. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Anyway, at the Rogers rate.
Oh, did you guys want some?
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
No matter how early you're up or how late you're running, when you start your day at Speedway, we've got what you need to have a good morning. We've got it hot. We've got it cold. We've got it sprinkled. We've got it ready. No matter where you're heading or what you're craving, we're here to make your morning a little better. Because when you get off to a better start, you go on to a better day.
At T-Mobile, we believe you should get more. That's why we merged with Sprint. Now, it's about to get even better. And as we work to integrate Sprint's network, our nationwide 5G keeps getting stronger, with the capacity and coverage to reach more people and places across the country. Who says you can't have it all? Now is the time for that. Now is the time for your T-Mobile.
Free, as free as the wind.
Readjusting won't be easy. Start by smelling your best again with Axe. Axe, smell right.
How about
No. No way.
Come on, no.
No.
Only Discover has no annual fee on any card.
Long ago, I lost my husband. We had 3 children outside this marriage.
If you missed an episode of Filthy Rich, you can watch it anytime.
I've decided to give each of you $1 billion. You're valued at $2.2 billion.
You flew as coach? We do this. It changes everything.
Mama, you have lost your damn mind.
Haven't we had enough fighting for one day?
Filthy Rich, Mondays at 9, or watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
Teamwork
us on and off the field. And here in Big Ten country, where we battle for titles and trophies, when it comes to fighting cancer, we're on the same team. Our playbook: uncover new ideas and discoveries to enable new cancer treatments. Our Big Ten rivals are teaming up to fight cancer together. The Big Ten Cancer Research Consortium, providing more wins, more memories, more hope.
The Big Ten Network Halftime Report is presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Michigan and Michigan State pick it up on the opening drive for the Spartans. Rocky Lombardi, Ricky White. 30-yard touchdown. Michigan State on top 7-0. Michigan answering behind Blake Corum. This Michigan State defense has been good, though, particularly that defensive line early on in this game. And Corum looked good last week, scores the touchdown there. And then Connor Hayward, Michigan State, how about this? No turnovers for the Spartans after 7 a week ago. Looky here, 14-10, fellas.
Helps their average.
It does, yes. You've been really good.
I know. I've been on the average.
Yeah, especially with 2 games. That's easily within your grasp. Joshua, how's this happening?
I think one thing that's standing out to me is how much Michigan's secondary is struggling to run with the wide receivers from Michigan State. They're getting a ton of separations. We've seen a number of penalties. So that's kind of standing out to me. Don Brown's known for having a defense that can play aggressive and cover, and they're just struggling to do it a little bit.
I mean, it's clear Mel Tucker in a rivalry game. They continue to be aggressive on offense and defense, and this thing will go right down to the wire. They are not playing conservative at all, and it looks like it's a good look for Michigan State.
Yeah, we were wondering what type of team was going to be able to show up after the outlook, the bad game they played last week, talking about Michigan State. And those were things that we talked about were able to be corrected. They were able to do that, and it looks like they're correcting a lot of their mistakes from last week.
Michigan State head coach is 1-18 all time in their debuts against the Wolverines. Only guy to win was Nick Saban. You know there's a fellow who would like to join him today in Mel Tucker. Let's look through the rest of the day in the Big Ten. Jerry, what are you watching with Indiana and Rutgers?
The battle for the top of the Big Ten East, Indiana at Rutgers. Rutgers held Michigan State a week ago to 50 yards rushing. They pressured Michigan State. Indiana's got to be able to handle the pressure. Indiana did not have a great week last week, even though they won the game. They had net 41 yards on the ground, 211 total yards.
Can I talk about my game, please? Come on, coach. Quit hogging all the time. We've been talking about this Northwestern offense from last week. Really did an outstanding job. Can they build upon that once again? Peyton Ramsey was outstanding, not only in the pass game, but also in the run game.
And we've got Ohio State and Penn State. Penn State's offense got to be improved, not necessarily from a stat standpoint, because they did a great job. You see Sean Clifford running around here, had 119 yards on the ground. They just got to tighten up the penalties. They got to tighten up the situational awareness. You're going to see these big plays. They're going to come in huge in this game plan. I think that's going to be the difference in the game tonight.
Coach, anything you didn't get to with Indiana Rutgers?
No, I'm sorry.
I
apologize. Good job, Howard. Good job, Joshua. Come on back, Joshua. Come on back home.
No, right. 4 catches, 72 yards, including the touchdown here. Oilers up by a score.
You guys even started yet. You're going to stop talking about it.
Let's hide the attic. No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
You crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
I'm being quiet. You're saying on me.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Find your rhythm, your happy place. Find your breaking point. Then break it. Every emergency gives you a potent blend of nutrients, so you can emerge your best with Emergency.
You shoot the zesty burger sauce graphic on this new double cheeseburger papadilla, or you're gonna want to capsize in that Thunderdome with meat, cheese, and pickles. The new double cheeseburger papadilla and the return of double cheeseburger pizza. Papa John's.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in
Our mission at the University of Illinois is to create new knowledge that helps the world. In mid-March, we became aware that there could be hundreds or even thousands of people in our own community that would need a ventilator and there would not be one available. We brought together such incredible brain power, engineers, physicians, designers, and we decided to pursue a device that was sophisticated enough to provide the breathing support for a COVID patient if necessary. The Illinois Rapid Vent is an emergency ventilator. They're relatively inexpensive, and it's possible to stockpile hundreds or even thousands of these devices so they could be ready in an emergency situation. The technology is available on our website for free. We have more than 60 organizations that have accessed the technology from 15 different countries. Every part of the world has come to take advantage of this.
Mike Epstein and the Illini already 260 total yards. They have exceeded last year's total. That below touchdown for Illinois, down 7, second half with Brandon James and Rick coming up.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if Auto Owners make sense for you. Oh, now you do your job.
This is Emma. She cares about our kids and our environment. And this is Nate. He loves his car and loves to drive. They both fill up with unleaded 88. Emma knows unleaded 88 keeps our air cleaner and healthier. Nate knows unleaded 88 is safe for his engine with higher octane for better performance. And they both really like the money they save at the pump. And Nate think unleaded 88 is pretty darn great. Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
Here's to the doers. To all the people who realize they can do more with less asthma. The add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Dupixent isn't for sudden breathing problems. It can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and help prevent severe asthma attacks. It's not a steroid, but can help reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. And don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Talk to your asthma specialist about Dupixent. If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. So shop Ace online and get free in-store or curbside pickup right in your neighborhood. Or get what you need delivered the very same day you order.
Nebraska battles Northwestern. Then in-state host Maryland. Or Slovakia, Minnesota take on Illinois. And Justin Fields beats number 3 Ohio State against Rutgers. A football triple header next Saturday on the Big Ten Network.
Right now with Jimmy John's, you can get half off your second sandwich by using promo code SAVEON2.
Greg booked another 7 a.m. meeting.
Wizards, guys! Perfect for you and your new coworker. Just use SAVEON2 online or on our app.
The Kit Kat you love. With a minty flavored dark chocolate delicious twist. Kit Kat Duos mint and dark chocolate. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
There were some fans and friends allowed in here today, 1,000 of them on both sides. They can't enjoy the Marching Illini band, but we can. Here's a look from last fall. since we can't see the band here live, we hope you enjoyed a look back to last year. Brandon and James, happy to be back with you for the booth. You know, we talked so much in the first half about that Illinois quarterback situation, turning to their fourth-string guy. Overlooked a little bit. Aiden O'Connell for Purdue, 13 of 14, 192 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions.
Yeah, I thought he's been in control of this offense here today for Purdue, and he's done a nice job spreading the football around. 4 times to Dylan Wright, 4 times to David Bell. He's hit the checkdowns as well when he's needed to. Really, one time he tried to force the issue, I thought, to Bell, where the ball got batted away. But other than that, I thought he's played a clean game. The first crack at it here in the second half.
Illinois got the field goal just before an intermission. Bobby Smith's crew get back within one score at 17-10. Now, I mentioned the game last year in West Lafayette where Illinois went in there and really punched Purdue in the mouth 24-6. 2 years ago here in Champaign, that's going to be a mistake by the backup kicker.
Kick out of bounds.
35 as we check back in with Rick Pizzo.
Well, Brandon, I had the chance to catch up with both head coaches before and after the half. First, I'll start with Bubby Smith, who told me he was very pleased with the performance of Karan Taylor. I said, sure, he made a couple of mistakes, but that's to be expected. What is not to be expected is the way our defense played. He wants more help from the defense. As for Jeff Brom, said he was very pleased with Xander Horvath specifically, but defensively said way too many big runs given up by that front seven.
See if they can do better here in the second half. Put a capper on what I was saying, though. 2 years ago, it was Purdue coming in here on Illinois' homecoming and beating them up 46-7. So each team winning on the other's turf in the last 2 seasons.
Last year's game was so sloppy. Remember all that rain?
Oh, yeah.
My goodness. You could barely go forward in that game.
Well, Illinois only threw it 7 times. They were 3 of 7 in that game. Much better weather here, much better
There we go.
weather, as evidenced by that completion of O'Connell to Milton Wright. So he continues the second half like he started the first, as O'Connell is now 14 of 15.
The 5th reception for Wright already. And that's just that's a rhythm play action pass throw. It's just a deep comeback. Illinois linebackers don't have time to get the header out. Zone coverage.
94 yards on those 5 receptions.
Goes Xander. Good.
Horvath, who had 14 carries in the first half for 58 yards with the carry there on first down. And as you said earlier, it's going to be Horvath or bust running the football.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Brown telling us he's going to get every single snap at running back. With Doru out and with injuries, Hewitt, I mean, you have nobody else at running back. He was telling us it's going to be all Horvath.
Come on. Swing. There you go. 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 There you go. Not bad.
Who was able to bring him down. Horvath, those last 2 games, 293 yards combined. How about the first 14 in his Purdue career? 255.
Yeah, I mean, he said he's trying to get the 3rd game in a row here over the century mark. Last week, in the second half, they really, against Iowa, ran the football a bunch, tried to shorten the game, and really got him involved. You wanted to do the same thing.
O'Connell.
There you go. Ahmad Anderson.
Ahmad Anderson, first catch for Anderson. Was that a little bit of a pick play where they ran balance?
It was. And Illinois walked a bunch of guys up in the line of scrimmage, gave away that they were man coverage, and really a nice job identifying that by Aiden O'Connell. Quickly goes out to Anderson on the outside for the easy first down pickup.
There you go.
Fitting it in between the defenders nicely to Payne Durham. Another good throw by Aiden O'Connell. Payne Durham now has 3 catches on the afternoon.
O'Connell's just seeing the field so well right now. It's cover 2. He drops it right in there behind the linebacker before the white linebacker Hansen can come over. Bobby Smith can cover 2 a whole lot. And Aiden O'Connell is just pulling the trigger when he needs to in those zones. Right behind, he knows where the linebackers are going to get to depth-wise, where the corners are as well. It's great. Nice throw.
Go.
Horvath, flag comes in.
Flag for what?
After a 2-yard gain by Xander Horvath.
What's the flag for?
Get Jeff Zervinsky, our referee.
Offside.
Offside on the defense.
Lined up in the neutral zone. Flag
they? First down.
First down.
That's the third penalty in this game against Owen Carney. On Monday, our football experts discuss the top stories of the conference, the top people making the headlines. It's the Big Show, brought to you by Marathon, Monday, 6 Eastern. The Big Ten Network.
Push man. Jet sweep. Get up in there. Touchdown. Oh, that's all right. First down. Yep. That left foot. The left foot slipped out. Yep. If he would have stayed in bounds, it would have been a touchdown. What the heck? There we go.
By Purdue, again, man coverage. And if you just run the route correctly, it's not going to be called an execute. It's when it gets a little blatantly obvious that's what you're trying to do. And just didn't execute that time. It was a touch of a high snap.
Get in there, Xander. Are you serious?
Second fumble lost. And guess what? Jake Hansen forced the first one. He recovers this one for Illinois down around the goal line. How big could that play be?
And I think it's just on the exchange here, Brandon. Let's see. Nope, he's got it. Look at that. The right arm. That time. Newton. Boy, they love Johnny Newton, don't they? Robbie Smith brings him up every time we talk to him. Brings up Johnny Newton, the true freshman, team talent out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Nice job getting that right arm in there.
Xander Horvath getting a little pep talk on the sidelines. They're going to go back and review this play, and we'll sort it out on the other side.
What are they reviewing? There's nothing to review.
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. 10,000 perfectly placed stitches. 16 beautiful speakers beating with 1,400 watts of power. The performance of 617 thundering horses. And 0 to 60 in 3 awe-inspiring seconds. This is the M8 competition, the most powerful BMW ever.
Does your deodorant protect you all day? We gave new Dove Men Plus Care to Mike, who transforms homes for those in need.
I feel comfortable and protected all day long.
Dove Men Plus Care, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizer.
How about no?
No. No way.
Come on. No. Only Discover has no annual fee on any card.
This is big. This year, we're giving away more tuition cash than ever. $1 million? Ha! Try $2 million. That's a lot of cheddar. That's a lot of textbooks. That's a future doctor. These are happy tiers. The more Dr. Pepper you buy, the more tuition we give away. This is dream stuff. This year is historic. This year is different. This is extra extraordinary. With your help, we're giving away more money to more students. Learn more at drpepper.com.
For $5, you
This
could
ain't good.
upgrade to the sparkly sprinkle pack on Cupcake Conquest. Or you could upgrade to all this.
This ain't good.
And a medium drink. Plus, the beefy cheesy layers of the $5 Grande Stacker Box. Only at Taco Bell.
The heart of Illinois innovation is having the courage to try to help not only those around us, but those we'll never even meet. It's why we developed a saliva-based COVID-19 test that produces rapid results and an app that helps protect our community. To us, moving forward has always meant moving forward together. So we'll keep innovating new ways to make the world a better place. After all, that's what the University of Illinois does best.
And Dean Blandino, they say that this stays, it's going to stay just as called. They'll have it at the 1.
Yeah, two things to look at. Was it a fumble? And it was, but it was the recovery. Did that take place in the end zone or in the field of play? Remember, when the defender is down and it's the elbow that hits first, where is the ball? The entire ball must be in the field of play. It's just so close, you can't tell definitively, and that's why it stayed.
So that's the only thing that did go Illinois' way there. Obviously, they would love to have it out at the 20. It's Horvath now just holding the football on the sideline after fumbling twice.
Good defense.
A little bit of breathing room there, but not much. And now another flag coming in.
Where did it come from?
Each team with 2 turnovers in this ball game now.
Offside. Defense separate. Line up in neutral zone. Fire penalty.
Be more disciplined.
Illinois needed the cushion to get away from the goal line. That helps. But for Purdue, remember how easily they could have scored on the previous play before that Horvath fumble.
Yep. You have an executed throw by O'Connell out to Anderson. Instead, you're not having to give the ball to Horvath. But look, Xander Horvath has to carry that football. That's why you see him right now. He's not letting go of that thing. He's been told from the sideline, I'm sure, you got to carry that thing. Don't lose sight of it. He's going to hold on to that one.
First down and 5 after the penalty against Anthony Watts. Taylor keeps.
Good.
Was taken down after a 3-yard gain by DeMarcus Mitchell. Karan Taylor, 3-star prospect out of Peoria High School, now a sophomore here. Redshirted in 2018. Last year just came in mop-up duty 1 game against Rutgers. And an unexpected increased action here today. The second throw on Taylor, the second time he's been picked off this afternoon. Here's Jeff Surinsky.
After the intercept and return to personal foul. Block released. Return 6. 15-yard penalty. We enforced from the spot of the foul. Football. First down and 10.
Jack Sullivan gets the pressure there. He's in the face of Taylor.
Freaking. So we went from having the ball on the 2-yard line.
Really, Cam Allen. Hey, look what I found. I'll take it.
So we go from having the ball on the 2-yard line, but Jalen Graham has to be dumb.
Getting his first pick of the year, second of his career. But for Purdue, though, you think, gosh, we could have had it right down there around the 2-yard line, and now you're back at the 24.
Yeah, that's a bad penalty, Brandon. You have to know on defense, when we get the ball, you cannot go below the waist at any point when you're blocking. You have to stay high. And again, the field position, starting a little further back than you might like to.
Play action. Nice. Jared Sparks. And we're back at the 2-yard line. There we go.
Jeff Brown doesn't want to major in it, but they want to at least make you respect it, and that's why. You do the fake the Horvath, and it opens up that deep comeback to the wide receivers.
Hold on to it.
He does, but he is short just inside the 1.
You see Horvath trying to fight 2 arms on that ball. A nice strong tackle by Tony Adams and others there in the pile. Makes you wonder if he doesn't fumble, does he reach out with the football possibly near the goal line? He's not reaching out at all now. Having lost 2 of them today.
Ooh, Aiden O'Connell stumbled as he tried to exchange it. They're lucky they didn't lose the football there.
Oh my God. What is going on?
Was that his center, Gus Hartman, that he tangled up with?
I think so. Horvath goes down anyway, but you wonder if O'Connell's knee was down before he even handled the ball. He fell down instantly. Penetration that time by Illinois' defensive line.
And remember, Purdue starting center Sam Garvin went out in the first quarter. Hartwood replaced him.
RPO.
O'Connell in a little bit of trouble.
Oh! Yes! What a catch! Woo! Let's go.
What a nice job by Bell. Foot down.
Whoa.
Yep, that is good. How about O'Connell in the pocket, maneuvering through and give your big-time wide receiver a chance to make a play, and he does that time in the back of the end zone.
Back to a 2-score game.
Players as they convert off of the interception. And that interception by Cam Allen as he celebrates on the sideline. And Aiden O'Connell finding David Bell saying, this is old hat. We've already done this 4 times this year.
T-Mobile's been building its 5G network for a moment like this. Introducing the iPhone 12 Pro with 5G. Now at T-Mobile, leader in 5G coverage, you can unleash the power of the epic iPhone 12 Pro in more places. Get 2 iPhone 12 Pros and 2 lines of unlimited 5G for just $100. Only at T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
You need a win tomorrow. You're kidding. Okay. Rock and roll.
Okay, you said, as I spec it, I'll tell them Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance. So they only pay for what they need. Got it? Did you get that? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 Liberty.
UFC board members, we have some great new ideas that we want to present to you today. The first item on the list is selecting a chairman for the advisory, as well as use the remaining childcare options run out. Lifetime retirement income from TIAA doesn't give you scholarship programs. Guaranteed monthly income for life.
Every key moment, every big play. Our crew breaks down the entire day of Big Ten football with highlights, expert analysis, and post-game reaction. The final drive presented by Automotive Insurance tonight on the Big Ten Network. Sunday, it's a huge doubleheader on Fox. First, Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Take on Aaron Rodgers and the Pack.
Rodgers, touchdown.
Then, a showdown in the Midwest awaits as Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara fuel the Saints.
Bang, touchdown.
Against Nick Foles and the Bears.
What a catch.
It's a huge doubleheader Sunday on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
You're watching the home of the Illinois Fighting Illini. The Big Ten Network.
Next Saturday, another great slate of action. 4 games right here on the Big Ten Network, including these Illini against Minnesota and number 3 Ohio State versus Greg Schiano's Scarlet Knights. We will be in Columbus for that one. Our crew, David Bell with a touchdown reception. And the Boilermakers now enjoying a 24-10 lead.
Ball fell off the tee.
Here as the game is going on, as the ball blows off the tee for J.D. Dellinger. But I'm not going to complain with 50 degrees on October 31st in Champaign, Illinois.
It's a beautiful day. This is Big Ten football weather right now.
It's so nice that Rick Pizzo took off his jacket. That's how warm it is down there on the sideline. This time the ball stays upright for Dellinger.
A line drive kick out of the end zone. Good golly.
All right, here is today's Play with a Plan presented by TIAA.
Yeah, well, here's TJ Sheffield. He's saying, why do you do all this motion, all this stuff? It seems to be pointless. He's going to come behind the football. You think that he doesn't serve any purpose. Well, he does. He occupies these 2 defenders for Illinois. They're in zone coverage. It allows David Bell to go into their zone they're supposed to be occupying. Instead, they're both chasing Sheffield. Now you have a wide open David Bell. Execution in the back of the end zone. 1 foot down, 6 points.
David Bell, 5 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Should he hit 100 yards, he'll be the first Purdue player ever to have 100 yards receiving in 5 consecutive games. A hole there for Chase Brown.
Come on.
Got past Simeon Smiley. He might have gone the distance. It's a much different Chase Brown than we saw last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And Illinois is getting some production on the ground. In this ball game last week, it was non-existent. And some of that is Taylor at quarterback, but they need to find some production at running back. And it seems Chase Brown's that guy.
This time it's Epstein. A good gain out to the 50. Back down to Rick.
Brandon, we saw George Karlaftis injured late in the first half. He didn't come out with the team to start the second half. Did come out with about 11 and a half to go, but he is on the sidelines. He is clearly in some pain. Teammates coming up to him saying, hanging in there almost as if to say, we know you're not with us for the rest of the game. As for Illinois, this is Karan Taylor's game going forward. Matt Robertson has been ruled out for the rest of the game. If Taylor goes down,
Stop the run.
If you weren't with us at the top of the broadcast, an hour before kick, Brandon Peters ruled out with COVID and his backup Isaiah Williams due to contact tracing. So Taylor is the man, and Taylor with a great throw there, splitting the defenders and able to hit Kyron Cuffy. So now here is the depth chart into today. We are at number 4.
Just next man up. I mean, this test was on Thursday, too. So you're already talking about preparation. A lot of that done throughout the week. You only really had a day to get ready and walk through on a Friday.
And not a whole lot of preparation, that's for sure. Has to be difficult if, you're missing your starting center. The good news is, though, that Karan Taylor and Kinder Green, the backup center, they play together at Peoria High School. So at least there's some familiarity there in these exchanges.
Draw.
Taken down by Lawrence Johnson.
Did he get the face mask there?
Looked like he did.
Karan Taylor definitely got up saying that he got it, but I assume that anytime you tackle up higher on the head, offensive players just do that. It's like flopping in the NBA. But he did that time.
Glad he's okay because that looked awkward when Johnson brought it down. But this is a guy in Taylor who ran for 1,000 yards his senior year in high school. This time he's giving it to Chase Brown.
Get him.
Brown cannot pick up the first thanks to Jalen Graham. Good pursuit by the outside linebacker.
That was great pursuit by Graham. He lined up on the bottom of the field. He was lined up wrong. He ends up running across as the ball snapped and uses that speed. Jalen Graham playing an outside linebacker. He was like a big nickelback last year. Showing off his running ability on that play.
But they're going to keep the offense out here.
Oh, crap. They're going for it on 4th and 2.
It would have been about a 39-yard field goal with a backup kicker. So down 14, they go for it.
Going nowhere. Let's go.
Purdue's defense held it to it. Javon Bianco stands tall. DeMarcus Mitchell, the first one to get there. Boy, what a job they did at getting that guy from Southwest Mississippi Community College.
Reads it right, gets underneath, helps make the tackle. Nowhere to go for Illinois. Purdue with the big turnover on downs.
Find your rhythm, your happy place. Find your breaking point. Then break it. Every emergency gives you a potent blend of nutrients, so you can emerge your best with Emergency.
No matter how early you're up or how late you're running, when you start your day at Speedway, we've got what you need to have a good morning. We've got it hot, we've
got it sold. We've got it sprinkled. We've got it ready. No matter where you're heading or what you're craving, we're here to make your morning a little better. Because when you get off to a better start, you go on to a better day.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
Hey man, I really appreciate that Patrick price on my insurance, Jake from State Farm. Being a champ, that's what works.
Here's the deal, Patrick. State Farm offers everyone's crossing great rates.
Let me repay the favor with some field passes. Come on.
No favors, just great rates.
Okay, fine. I'll let you wear the ring, but only for a day.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Nebraska battles Northwestern. Then Penn State hosts Maryland, or some will see Minnesota take on Illinois. And Justin Fields beats number 3 Ohio State against Rutgers. A football triple header next Saturday on Big Ten Network.
Lovie Smith's offense did not pick up a couple of yards on 4th down, so they remain trailing here 24-10. And give the football back to Aiden O'Connell to the Boilermakers. Let's go back to that 4th down play. What did you see, James?
Yeah, it's not nobody in the middle of the field for Purdue's defense. Right there, and you look, man coverage across the board, it looks like. And how about 8 in the box? You have to wonder, if that's Brandon Peters back there, do they check? Do they look at the sideline and maybe do a jump ball to Josh Matterbebe? Instead, we have Karan Taylor, young quarterback, we run into the teeth of the Purdue defense. 8-man, then a half for a half, maybe the big stop.
And now some pressure on 2nd and 8.
There you go. Nice little play there.
Could pick up the first. 1 yard to go here on 3rd down.
Third and 1. Got it. And a little bit more. Go. Go, Xander. Go, Xander. Yeah. There we go. Xander Horvath.
Sidney Brown, that's a tough tackle. When you're that safety, you come down with a two-way going to running back, that's tough. But Horvath does just enough to make him miss. An explosive game on the ground for Purdue.
A former walk-on who was actually originally going to go to Indiana as a walk-on linebacker. And so Purdue's running back coach Chris Barclay called and said, we want you to walk on as a running back, and the rest is history.
Oh, jump ball. So Bell makes the catch. Who's the flag on?
I don't know if you've heard, but David Bell he's pretty good.
Wow. What a throw. Hey, I got man coverage on the outside. Pass interference. Defense number 8. The penalties decline. The results of the play as a first down. And how about that? Trust your bell cow wide receiver, your stud on the outside, one-on-one. Working against Nate Hobbs, the very talented corner. Not only does he get the catch, he draws the defensive pass interference.
Bell in motion.
Now flags here before this.
False start on Purdue.
Every time Purdue gets down here, they shoot themselves in the foot.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Left tackle Grant Perman. The final drive presented by Auto Owners Insurance recaps the entire day of Big Ten football. You can catch it tonight at 11 Eastern, right here on the Big Ten Network.
Oh, we got a flag.
There's no foul for defensive pass interference because the ball was uncatchable. Incomplete pass. Second down.
Okay.
Well, there's Colton right there. So it wasn't Kalen Colston. It looked like it was Sidney Brown.
Yeah.
Back there.
I agree with that. I agree.
Ball rolled uncatchable. The pressure that time. Aiden O'Connell had Horvath in the end zone wide open if he wanted them.
Horvath?
It is Horvath getting the carry here. This is a 9-yard line before Isaiah Gay comes up and tackles it. So now you're dealing with a third and goal for the 9. Isaiah Gay, that's a guy that they missed last week due to a suspension for a violation of team rules. Maybe it had an impact.
Yeah, added 20 pounds during the offseason. Tried to beef up, be more effective. I know Lovie Smith is hoping that he could add a little something to the pass rusher today.
And you lost 20 pounds in the offseason. So the game again, O'Connell underneath.
All right.
There's still some work to do. But he's shoved out shy of the goal line at the 1. So 4th and goal. Do you take the 3 and make it a 3-score game?
No, I'm trying to go for a touchdown here. Look at the effort by Horvath. Continue to fight. He brought up earlier. That takes 2 or 3. That's 3 guys again. He looks like they're trying to bring him down. But I'm going for it. I'm trying to figure out how do I get in the end zone, try to blow this thing open a little bit, make it 21-point lead.
Oh my gosh, you're going for it.
Illinois with a 4-string quarterback drive, 99 yards.
They're freaking going for it.
He's an offensive mastermind. And he wants another
Freaking going for it.
O'Connell throws it out to Bell. Well, Bell somehow caught it off the deflection, but he's out of bounds at the 2, and Illinois takes over. Now, let me just play contrarian. I get the aggression, and you got the
Why?
quarterback, but a field goal there makes it a 3-score game.
Why?
It does, and I just think Jeff Brom is very aggressive, as you mentioned, offensive guy, and a nice job by Illinois. Look at the passing. Look at this. That's a pick route. Nope. They work through the traffic. Big stop.
We can't always keep our distance, but we can still help protect each other this flu season by getting vaccinated. If you're 65 or older, get the superior flu protection of Fluzone High Dose Quadrivalent. It's the only 65-plus flu vaccine with 4 times the standard dose, and it's free with Medicare Part B.
Fluzone High Dose Quadrivalent isn't for people who've had a severe allergic reaction to any flu vaccine or vaccine component, including eggs or egg products. Tell your healthcare professional if you've ever experienced severe muscle weakness after receiving a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems, including those receiving therapies that suppress the immune system, may experience lower immune responses. Vaccination may not protect everyone. Side effects include pain, redness, and or swelling where you got the shot, muscle ache, headache, and general discomfort. Other side effects may occur.
If you're 65 plus, don't settle for a standard dose flu shot. Move up to superior flu protection. See your healthcare provider and ask for Fluzone High Dose Quadrivalent by name.
Millions of people need prostate cans, but the options are way too expensive. I want to help people in need by using my technologies. My research is focused on development of wearable biomedical devices. What we're trying to do is come up with sensors that can go on top of pre-existing prosthetics, formulate signals and temperature, pressure, humidity, and other local pressure. I will employ existing engineering techniques and technologies to develop useful and practical devices that can be implemented into the clinical settings right away. I mean, I'm talking about 1 or 2 years later. I'm not talking about 10 to 20 years. I'm a biomedical engineer, so I want to do practical things to help people.
A moment ago, Jeff Brom was still not the officials hearing about that uncatchable call in the end zone, and then on 4th down, Purdue can't convert, so Illinois still within 2 scores.
That's showing trust in his defense. Hey, you know what? I went for the aggressive play call there, trying to make it 21 instead of, as you said, 17. I'm trusting his defense now. I'm trusting you guys to go out there and get 3 now.
Epstein gets a little room, but there have been missed opportunities both ways. I mean, this is the second time this quarter that Purdue has failed to score from inside the 5-yard line. Meanwhile, Illinois, they've had 6 trips inside Purdue's 25 and only 10 points.
Yeah, points on the board there. I mean, that's really what it's all about. Defensively, you don't mind about yards. It's all about points. Both offenses not capitalizing, getting down way deep in the opponent's territory.
1 minute left in the third. An option play here, and he kept it.
Oh! Yes! Jalen Graham! After all the dumb penalties you've done, you got a touchdown. Woo! And it is now blown wide open. I guess that aggressive fourth go for it on 4th down call was worth it.
You mentioned the hit by Grant. That ball is moving. He ran the alley on the quarterback run there. Great form tackle ball. He's moving before the knee comes down. And that's why Jeff Braun, look, you said to your defense member, I said, hey, come 3 and out, or force a fumble and score.
Yep, it worked out in the end for the Purdue Boilermakers. How about Marvin Grant? Didn't play a single snap last week. Rob said he's right there. He's so close to getting on the field this week. I bet they're glad that they put him out there. He forces it, and Grant scoops it up. Back in 30.
After 80 years, we've made it the longest lasting. But only you can make a moment last forever. We make it so you can go anywhere and do anything. But only you can chase freedom. Because the truth is, we don't make you. You do. Get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days until 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee models.
So Purdue now with 2 touchdowns this quarter off the takeaways, and that last one, a big one. It just feels like 21 points for Illinois is going to be a lot to overcome.
Yeah, it is. And we have Karan Taylor, who I think has had some positives in this game. There's also definitely been some teachable moments. As a 4th-string quarterback, you know, you're not expected to be thrust into this position midweek. Probably didn't get a ton of reps during the week, but you can see the upside there. At that time, I thought he secured the football somewhat, but it was a big shot from Marvin Grant. Ball pops out. Next thing you know, you look up and you're down 21.
Time to go to Chicago T-Mobile Studio Update. Here's Mike Hall.
Brand, another update with Michigan MSU. Great drive for the Wolverines. Ronnie Bell takes him down to the 1. Then Blake Corum takes over. He's been more efficient than anyone trying to correctly spell the name Laurinaitis. He's got 3 carries. 2 of them are for touchdowns. Got a brand new ballgame in Ann Arbor.
Mike's always got jokes. So, look at this. Deuce Spann, now the 5th-string quarterback into the game for Illinois with less than a minute to go in the third.
I picked Michigan in my video.
He has yet to see college action until this moment. The freshman forgot to put his mouthpiece in. And a timeout taken by Illinois before the snap. And we'll take it with him, a 30-second break.
This is Emma. She cares about her kids and their environment. And this is Nate. He loves his car. They both go off.
Hey, this guy has such little experience, he forgot to put in his freaking mouthpiece.
Engine with higher octane for better performance. And they both really like the money they save at the pump. And the amazing unleaded AU is pretty darn great. Unleaded AU. Engine smart, earth kind.
Well, surprise, Karan Taylor is back out there, so maybe an equipment. Sure,
He got pulled.
Really takes a step. And Taylor with an for more than 6
Get him! Not bad. Oh!
As they dig to the bottom of the pile, they're going to say it's Illinois football, second down. Illinois has already had 2 giveaways this quarter.
His knees down there.
Yeah, no question, before Jack Sullivan popped it free.
Where's that fumble?
Security has been an issue for both sides.
Well,
Take us to the end of the third quarter. Purdue 15 minutes away from a 2-0 start.
Get clean, smell ready. For $5, you could upgrade to the sparkly sprinkle pack on Cupcake Conquest. Or you could upgrade to all this. 2 crunchy tacos and a medium drink. Plus, the beefy cheesy layers of that $5 grande snacker box. Only at Taco Bell.
How do I love thee? Let me count the waves. 10,000 perfectly placed stitches. 16 beautiful speakers beating with 1,400 watts of power. The performance of 617 thundering horses, and 0 to 60 in 3 awe-inspiring seconds. This is the M8 competition, the most powerful BMW ever.
For some of us, our daily journey is a short one. Save 50% when you pay per mile with Allstate. Pay less when you drive less. You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Take your call for a quote today.
Okay, I'm up. 5 more minutes. Would be of a piece of that Kit Kat bar. How about no?
No way.
Come on. No. Only Discover has no annual fee on any card.
An enjoyable afternoon for some of the Purdue friends and family that are able to be a part of it here at Memorial Stadium. 31-10. Illinois just had a tough start to the season last week against Wisconsin, and then tough for many reasons here today. 6 giveaways and just 1 offensive touchdown so far this year through 7 quarters of football for Illinois. See if they can get something going here to start the fourth quarter. Well, that'll help across the 50. The completion to Joshua Matter-Bebe has been very quiet here today.
Yeah, he has. I mean, we mentioned he was targeted 10 times last week against Wisconsin. A nice rhythm throw that time by Karan Taylor. Simple spot route, trying to get some confidence growing in that young man here in the fourth quarter.
His 3rd catch. But to your point, not nearly the amount of targets he had last week. As Karan hits Matter-Bebe again. So now they're intentionally trying to get into a rhythm with their top target. A flag comes in here. This is the numbers from last week. It was a Matter-Bebe or bust against Wisconsin.
Pass interference. Offense.
Ooh, offensive pass interference on the Illini.
You heard so much about Luke Ford and Daniel Matter-Bebe, Josh's brother, but Parker's the only tight end with a catch this season.
And there he's running crossing routes against man coverage in that time. It looks like the officials thought that Parker maybe set an intentional pick to get Joshua Matter-Bebe open a deep override.
So that's tough. It makes it now 3rd and 19. Empty backfield for Taylor. Taylor with all kinds of time.
Are you freaking serious? 3rd and 19?
Great patience by Taylor. Purdue was playing all the way on. Basically, it's called sticks coverage. So you line your heels at the first down marker. The problem with that is the quarterback has a lot of time to throw a football. That time he did a nice job just kind of waiting, hit marker. Nobody out there in the flat first down.
There's good protection on that play by that offensive line. You mentioned has 133 starts to five. Of course, they're without 35 of those starts. Missing John Kramer, their center. Big Bernarian Lowe there on the left side. Also right around 35 starts for his career. Taylor, this time with a pocket.
Sit down!
Nice play there to bring down Taylor in the backfield.
Yeah, and when you watch the film in preparation for this, he jumped off the tape against Iowa as well. Reach out with your right paw, swipe. Pretty athletic play there.
Mentioned he's a JUCO transfer. He lost his last 17 games in junior college. So the win last week against Purdue had to feel very good for him. They're now on target to get another victory here today. Rolling out to the right, and Taylor hitting Daniel Benavides. Just mentioned it, that's Josh's brother, the USC transfer, his first catch in an Illinois uniform. He missed last week with a leg injury against Wisconsin, but they expect big things out of number 88 as the season goes.
How do you let him pick up 12 yards on 4th and 21?
4th down and 6.
Yeah. What?
Looking for Parker. Cam Allen there defensively. He's going to get called for the penalty that was pleading his case.
Yeah.
Ball was behind him. Way behind, but
Hey, that's uncatchable.
That's a tough one. Parker was just trying to stop because the ball was so far behind him.
I would argue that's uncatchable.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Earlier they ruled on the other side. But for Illinois, it keeps an important drive going. Taylor hitting a Benavides.
God dang it.
Josh's older brother, the grad transfer from USC, with his first Big Ten touchdown. Illinois not done yet, James.
No, and really a nice route by Daniel Benavides. He's working one-on-one with the true freshman Antonio Stevens. Just beat him on the inside move, inside release, and a slant. And he did the rest after. The yards after catch was the most impressive thing there, making sure he got to the end zone.
So Daniel Benavides missed last week with a leg injury, was quiet through 3 quarters, but hey, welcome to the party, number 88.
I'm running as a proud Democrat. What I will cover as an American president. I work for Democrats and Republicans. I work as hard for those who don't support me as for those who do. You lacked on the first day of my presidency to get COVID under control. You lacked an economic plan that will finally reward work, not wealth in this country. Lacked passed my health care plan, provide affordable, accessible health care. You lacked to restore our faith in democracy and our faith in one another. With our voices and our votes, we must free ourselves from the forces that
falls apart, falls down, falls back. And if we do so, what's to become one nation, under God, indivisible, a nation strengthened, a nation healed. I'm Jim Barton, and I approve this message.
So I guess that ball was somewhat catchable then.
Right now with Jimmy John's, you can get half off your second sandwich by using promo code SAVE-ON2.
Greg booked another 7 a.m. meeting.
Wizards! Wizards, Dennis!
Perfect for you and your new coworker. Just use SAVE-ON2 online or on our app.
Batter Bang with a touchdown reception. Let's take a look at today's protection spotlight presented by Allstate.
Yeah, a little play action pass and a nice job by that Illinois offensive line, giving time to Grant Taylor. And really just a nice job. You mentioned the two starters that are out. It doesn't matter. They executed well on that play, giving Taylor plenty of time to find Batter Bang.
Illinois has been struggling to score from inside the Purdue 25. We mentioned they had it in there 6 times with 1 touchdown, so they scored from outside the 25 on the 28-yard connection. So it felt like Illinois out of it a little bit, but that touchdown, a resurgence. There's still 11:44 to go here.
If you're Purdue, you're thinking, hey, can we get Xander Horvath the ball over and over? Can we run this clock down? This is where you want to be able to at least be effective. You don't have to major in running the football. We keep bringing it up because Jeff Brom throws the ball 67.5% of the time, which is the highest in the conference. Well, let's keep the Illinois defense honest, but also let's run some clock here. It's kind of a both situation. You want to be able to run the clock down and also get some points at the end of it, at least get a field goal.
You even went past the decimal place there to make your point.
Yeah, it's about details.
O'Connell rolling out, and he is throwing it.
There you go.
Finding Payne Durham for a first down gain of 11. Saturdays, we bring the tailgate to you for 2 full hours. Dave, Jerry, Howard, Joshua, and friends getting you ready for football. It's Big Ten Tailgate, Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on the Big Ten Network. So that 67% stack ringing true on first down. Let's see what they do here now on the second play of the drive. They'll go to the air again. This is a simple swing pass down to Horvath.
Woo!
And he shows the track skills here again.
Yeah, and you mentioned simple swing pass, but this is basically a glorified run. Let's get it out of the perimeter. Look at it. Woo! The big man trying to show off his agility there. Really, it's a different way of getting to a ground game, right? It's a quick little swing pass, get the ball in his hands quickly.
Right over Tony Adams.
That hurdle a week ago was sweet though.
Oh, yeah. That was one of the most impressive hurdles I've seen, especially for a 230-pound back. Locked in the air, dangerous, but it falls in front of Tony Adams.
Oh.
Kyle was trying to get it to David Bell.
See Nate Hobbs out there. A little handsy, but wasn't obvious. When you're pulling on the arm a little bit, it's not easy for the official to kind of see that. It's more obvious when you grab the jersey. And that's where the holding ball is coming in. But really, that's nice technique that time by Nate Hobbs, who's played a lot of football at Illinois.
His 32nd career start for the captain of the defense. O'Connell with a clean pocket through the hand.
Come on, Jared Sparks.
Sparks knows that that's one he should have had. 3rd and 10.
Jake Hansen showing pressure up there near the center as Illinois decide to bring pressure.
Oh, neutral zone.
Illinois shuffling around there. They break 4.
Jeez.
Gets home. And it's Owen Carney. A huge sack. In Illinois, folks, they are very much in this game. They're about to get the ball back.
You look right here, Jake Hansen in the middle. A lot of experience gives you, let's check out of the pressure. Let's go to coverage. They threw Purdue off. They thought they had the protection set for a blitz. Instead, they go to straight. Let's play zone coverage. And that's the benefit of having a guy like Jake Hansen. Lovie Smith telling us, I meet with him right before the game, go over the game plan. What do you like? What don't you like? Kind of like most coaches, like Rob does with Aiden O'Connell, I'm sure. That's why you have a vet like that and how much of a benefit that is for your defense.
And delay of game here. Purdue late to shuffle everybody onto the field.
Prior to the play clock expiring, timeout Purdue. Their first of the half. Full media. Timeout.
Things getting interesting with 9:28 left.
New Advil Dual Action with acetaminophen.
Jared
Sparkles pain at the source, while acetaminophen blocks pain signals. The future of pain relief is here.
Jared Sparks. Jared Sparks. Jared friggin' Sparks.
I immediately saw the challenge of climate change. We want to be sustainable, but when you have a truck covering over 300 miles, or you have flights going hundreds of miles, it's a bit more challenging. We are letting the data guide us to the best solution. It's inspiring to try to solve a problem that nobody else has solved. That's super exciting.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. The castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
More meat ounces means more meat bounces. Get any papadilla like the new double cheeseburger papadilla for just $6. Papa John.
We thought Xander Horvath might run a lot on that last drive, but 5 plays, 4 passes, and then sacked on the 5th play.
Interesting play selection and to defend Coach Braun, the one drop by Sparks, I think is a key one, because then if he catches that football, you get the first down, the clock keeps moving. But Brandon, I would like to see at least 1 or 2 run plays there. You know, let's take the time off the clock here. Really limit what Illinois is going to be able to do.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, my.
That hit off the back of Seth Coleman, but luckily for the Illini, it goes over the sideline. So Cormier, a rare miss hit from him, and now Illinois with good field position.
And you got to be very fortunate here in Illinois. I mean, that's hard. That's why you usually hear the returner run up and say, Peter. You get away, run to the sideline. Ball's going to drop short. So that's tough. You're thinking, I got to come down here and try to block for a return. And Illinois fortunate to have football.
But who's Peter?
I have no idea. I never asked that question, actually.
Well, you should have asked.
I should have.
8 years in the NFL, years in Ohio State.
You should report that.
Down 14. Throw towards the batter, Bebe.
There you go, Jalen.
Was covered up by Jalen Alexander.
Oh.
It was a spot route. Alexander is the inside defender in zone. You're supposed to run right to the spot route, right to it. And really nice job by Jalen there. He's ready to make an interception if the ball is after him.
Whoa!
But it still gets there. To the 35 goes Daniel Parker. The deflected move did not, but it works all the same.
You see big Lorenzo Neal's paw gets on it. Oh, the concentration. Parker. Bring that one in.
20-yard reception. Taylor scrambling. Short catch by Luke Ford. That's the first for him. He's the highly touted Georgia transfer. And he was able to stay in bounds.
Yep, 2 feet in. Nice job. You mentioned the highly touted former top tight end recruit in the nation before he went down to Georgia, transferred back to his home state here in Illinois. First time he got his reception here as a fighting the lineup.
We didn't see here Daniel Bebe until this quarter, but now they're starting to have an impact.
Get him! There you go.
Take it down. He looked, nowhere to go. And 3rd and 5 coming up from the 30.
This was all in the secondary for Purdue. See the coverage on Josh Bebe there, but Karan Taylor had nowhere to go with the football. You can see he was trying to find a way to escape out of it. Really nice job defensively on the D line as well to maintain rush lanes.
And behind the batter, Bebe. So now 4th and 5, but you've got to go for this.
Yeah, there's no question here. And you assume that offensive coordinator Rod Smith already had another play in mind for his young quarterback. And there's a lot to teach young Karan Taylor after today's game, but it's a big 4th down here. They're going to lead comeback.
Oh, the snap surprised him. Taylor picks it up, throws with a flag down. That was disastrous.
That's me like offsides or neutral zone on Purdue.
The snap from Kendrick Green totally caught Taylor off guard.
Offside. Defense number 94. That flag penalty results in a first down.
That's on McWilliams in Illinois with a big break.
There he is, Robert McWilliams. It's a little head start.
So I guess that's why he snapped it early.
That's a smart play by Kendrick Green. And now, you don't want your quarterback to take a shot like that in a play that doesn't count. For a smart play.
Outside run by Epstein. First down. Illinois getting closer and closer to making this a one-score game.
Nice execution on the counter play that time. Getting around the edge, no contained, and Lovie Smith likes what he's seeing out of his offense right now.
And Marvin Grant is down for Purdue. Remember, he had the forced fumble earlier that led to the touchdown. And Grant pops up. Redshirt freshman, but we'll go ahead and take the injury timeout.
Oh my God.
Here's to the doers. To all the people who realize they can do more with less asthma. Thanks to Dupixent, the add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Dupixent isn't for sudden breathing problems. It can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and help prevent severe asthma attacks. It's not a steroid, but can help reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Talk to your asthma specialist about Dupixent. If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help.
Never miss a moment. See every game in a fraction of the time. Big Ten Football in 60, presented by Rocket Mortgage. Sunday on the Big Ten Network.
We can encourage more people to vote by having conversations about upcoming elections.
Ask your friends if they're registered and ask them how they plan on voting in the fall. We can encourage more people to vote by letting people know how easy it is to get registered and to make sure people know that their voice and opinion matters.
Be a role model and open up the conversation.
It's your voice. Say something.
Be for the solutions.
Don't complain. Vote.
No matter what.
Is Clemson really going to pull this win out of their butt?
Nebraska battles Northwestern. Then Penn State hosts Maryland. Or some will see Minnesota take on Illinois. And Justin Fields beats number 3 Ohio State against Rutgers. A football triple header next Saturday on the Big Ten Network.
Football on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. There's Red Grange. That's some guy who's not Red Grange. That's one of the cardboard cutouts here at Memorial Stadium. Illinois with their 7th trip inside the Purdue 25-yard line.
Again, this bracket down here on Josh Bebe. Bob Bianco's forcing Karan Taylor to go somewhere else with the football down here.
And Karan Taylor's going to say, okay, I'll run with it.
Hey, yo.
Split forward inside the 10. There's DeMarcus Mitchell wrapped him up. Remember, the last touchdown they had was a 28-yard strike, so it came from outside the 25-yard line. This is where they've struggled, in the red zone.
There's Josh Bebe down at the bottom of your screen.
Instead, over the middle, and that pass is caught for a touchdown.
Come on.
And don't go anywhere. We've got a one-score game in Champaign. We also have a very late flag at the end of this, back around the line of scrimmage.
Oh.
We've already got 14 penalties in this game and 6 turnovers. This penalty number 15.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 87. Purdue is elected to enforce that 15-yard penalty on the swing kickoff.
There's the catch. Great throw. Good catch as well by Hightower.
A nice read by Karan Taylor. You go to Hightower because you understand they're doubling Josh Bebe down the bottom of the screen that I pointed out, and really, you know, you have man coverage across the board elsewhere. Nice accurate throw.
It's an interesting decision by Brown. I thought he might back the PAT up with a backup kicker to keep it an 8-score game, but now it's 7 points at 31-24.
Does your deodorant protect you all day? We gave new Dove Men Plus Care to Mike, who transforms homes for those in need.
I feel comfortable and protected all day long.
Dove Men Plus Care, 48-hour freshness with triple action.
Oh my God, Clemson's up 32-28.
We believe you should get more. That's why we merged with Sprint. Now it's about to get even better. And as we work to integrate Sprint's network, our nationwide 5G keeps getting stronger, with the capacity and coverage to reach more people and places across the country. Who says you can't have it all? Now is the time for 5G. Now is the time to join T-Mobile.
For $5, you could upgrade to the sparkly sprinkle pack on Cupcake Conquest. Or you could upgrade to all this. 2 crunchy tacos and a medium drink. Plus the beefy cheesy layers of the $5 Grande Stacker Box. Only Taco Bell.
Hi everyone, Dave Revson in our Chicago studios. Reach back to Champaign for what is shaping up to be a pretty exciting conclusion. The game between Boilers and the Illini. Don't forget, as soon as it is over, I'm joined by Howard Griffith, Joshua Perry, Jerry DiNardo, It is the State Farm post game. We'll get you plenty of reaction from this one. Really good game going on in Ann Arbor as well. I'll tell you about that. And get you ready for the rest of the day in the Big Ten as soon as they have done at Memorial Stadium. Brandon?
Dave, thank you very much. 7-point game, as you said, and next Saturday, more Big Ten football, including a showdown between Michigan and Indiana on FS1, and then we'll have 4 games here on BTN. You see Nebraska at Northwestern at noon. And we'll have the nightcap next week in the Illini, or rather Rutgers and Ohio State in the shoe. Big Ten Network FS1 and the Fox Sports app featuring all those games next weekend. So Illinois with 2 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes and 8 seconds to get right back into this contest.
Need to score.
Remember the 15-yard penalty assessed here on the kickoff. Caleb Griffin has the 20. TJ Sheffield is the returner. Well, that worked out pretty well for Illinois, as they only get it out to the 24-yard line. Fritz.
Brandon, some people call it energy, some momentum. Lucky Smith calls it juice. And for the first 3 quarters, all the juice in this game was on the Purdue sideline. Everything has changed over the last 8 minutes. You see belief, you see inspiration in this Illinois team that was not there in the first 3 quarters. Now, I'm not comparing the magnitude to the upset win of a year ago over Wisconsin, but I was on these same sidelines, and I can tell you the feeling that I'm getting from this Illinois team is very similar to what we saw during that win over the Badgers.
And that started a great streak for them last year. Remember, they won the 4 consecutive Big Ten games, but since that time, the middle of last season, they've lost.
Come on. What is going on?
Our 16th penalty of the game, and those are the ones that Jeff Rock just can't live with.
No, I mean, coming off the sideline, you should know the play already going on the field. You probably discussed it on the sideline. You got to get out there, get the snap ball. Now you're on 1st and 15, and you're giving Illinois more juice. As Rick mentioned, that feeling of the momentum kind of swing here. You feel like Purdue has let things unravel a little bit.
Purdue throwing again. And that one.
Hey, TJ Sheffield, you finally got targeted. Finally.
I don't mind the play call to throw so much, but it's got to be quick throws like that, and then let the play clock drift all the way down. There's no reason to snap the ball early here. You can look over to the
About time.
call as O'Connell's doing right now, but you cannot snap that football. I would say before 5 seconds on the play clock.
Snaps it at 9.
Xander Horvath, first down.
I'm with you. It seems minor, but why not take the extra 5 or 6 seconds?
Because they add up, right? I mean, that's one play, you're like, okay, it's not a big deal, but you're talking about a drive. If you're trying to do 6 to 8 plays, those add up. It takes a full minute off the clock here. The more plays you get, so just be patient at quarterback. Get the right play, execute. Quick passes if you're going to throw.
Horvath with 55 receiving yards and 101 on the ground. 3 straight 100-yard rushing games for Xander Horvath, and they're going to give it to him here in the run game. But not much space, just back to the line of scrimmage. I think they found something in Horvath. Again, King Doru out the first 2 games with a hamstring injury. They get Doru back. That's a great 1-2 combination.
Yeah, I think it is. It really is. Gives them an element that they didn't have a year ago. Really a guy, a tailback. You see when they do this, what's fun to watch up here, Brandon, is as Abe O'Connell looks to the sideline, Jake Hansen looks over at Lovie Smith as well. And it's cat mouse, right? If quarterback looks over, you're going to change to rely on defense.
Some pressure and a low throw, but able to cradle it, David Bell. That's going to leave 4 yards on 3rd down.
Come on.
Did he catch it?
Yes, that is a catch.
Nice. Secures it. Nice job. A lot of times wide receivers try to use their chest there. It sneaks in, hits the turf.
Here you go again with a check with me.
A whole lot of space up top with Milk right.
Bell motions.
Oh my God. Throw it! Just chuck it into the bleachers.
Owen Carney in the backfield, 4th down, and Illinois is going to get the football back.
If you throw it at the cutouts, you won't hurt them.
I think O'Connell's just lucky it wasn't another strip sack.
Absolutely, and Lovie Smith's got to be thrilled with his veteran defense. This is all coverage here. Right runs a drag, trying to float the zone down. Really what it allows for Owen Carney the amount of time to get home on the pass rush. Rushing coverage work together. That's what Lovie Smith told us on the phone. And did so there.
Brooks Cormier, another not so good punt. And Illinois taking it out across the 45-yard line. Navarro with the return. 2:55 left, 7-point game as we take a look at the Papa John's pickup and delivery. Aiden O'Connell finding Milk right.
Great protection, great throw. Delivers it to Milk right for the touchdown. Delivers a nice, warm, fresh pizza. That's delicious about right now.
A 45-yard connection. That was earlier. The tables have turned. As Rick said, there's some juice right now in these Illini. Taylor, easy throw of Matter Baby. So Purdue still trying to bracket him in coverage, but there was a hole there. He gets it to the 35-yard line. And now the run, Chase Brown, 5 yards to the 30. Ron Taylor trying to do an incredible job of bringing them back from down 21.
Yeah, if you're Purdue's defense, you got to be just communicating. Listen, we're defending a touchdown, right? Know the situation. 2:15 and counting. Don't be overly aggressive. Defend the goal.
Well, they're going towards the goal line.
That ball's uncatchable!
You see the man coverage right here. Yeah, that's an obvious one.
That's reverse. Defense number 23. 15-yard penalty force from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Penalties. They have hurt both sides.
The ball's in the back of the end zone! And the penalty was at the goal line! That's terrible!
Make them throw in front of you, rally and tackle, make Illinois use their own timeouts, run that clock down a little bit, kind of try to bleed the clock on defense, if you will. It's not playing prevent. That's a way to try to get the clock down. Seal the game, but Illinois was a great opportunity.
Taylor rolling. He's got the option to run or throw. He throws it way over the head of Hightower. Start of the broadcast. We told you Lovie Smith just found out he was going to be without a slew of guys. Brandon Peters, his starting quarterback, and the backup Isaiah Williams due to COVID. With Peters contact tracing with Williams, then Matt Robinson, the third string guy, gets hurt. And again, just a bunch of names, important names, out today, but Illinois still fighting.
Ooh! Oh! Oh my!
He's just got to make the play. Catch the football, and you seal it if you're Purdue. Outstanding read, outstanding technique. They're in man. He sees the break. He beats him there. He beats Hightower there. And bam. Everything was perfect except the catch.
And he had a huge fourth quarter forced fumble to set up the winning score last week. He could have got the game clinching play there, not to be. And now an interception over the middle in the direction of Parker. So fourth down coming up, and essentially, Illinois does have 2 timeouts, but this might be your ball game. You looking for a batter, Bebe?
I absolutely am. Every time they've gone 3-by-1, he's been doubled. Now it's 2-by-2 formation. You wonder if that takes that double off.
Taylor, instead he goes underneath. That's not going to be enough. He targets Mike Epstein, nowhere near the marker. A blunder there for Illinois as Purdue gets the football back.
That's just smart coverage by Purdue. They said, go ahead, take the flat. That's going to be a teachable moment for Karan Taylor. Great discipline by the Purdue defenders in coverage. It can be enticing to go chase the, we always call it, don't go chase the rabbit, the little carrot out there in the flat. Stay deep, make a throw down there, and that was a nice job that time by the Boilermakers.
Coming up after the game, Dave, Jerry, Howard, Joshua wrapping up the action, getting you caught up on all the scores and highlights from around the Big Ten. A lot going on today. That's all coming up next on the State Farm postgame show. So as I mentioned, Illinois does have 2 timeouts. So this one certainly not over with 150 remaining. They could get this with probably around 45, 50 seconds, depending on how this plays out. Xander Horvath. Illinois will take one of those timeouts right here. And we're going to take a quick 30-second break.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if Auto Owners makes sense for you. Oh, now you do your job.
Lovie Smith's defense needs a quick stop here.
If you're Jeff Brondage-Yonder, guys, hold on to the football. You already know it's Lovie Smith's DNA, right? Force fumbles. Those guys are taught that, especially in this situation. We'll be raking up that football.
Horvath has lost 2 fumbles. They're going to throw it here. Ball batted in the air, and then wisely O'Connell just...
Oh my God.
Looks like he's limping a little bit, but...
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Time to run the football, make them use their last timeout, and then throw it on 3rd down and throw it quickly. Almost a disaster there. Jake Hansen was right there. Hoping that ball would come down.
And now, 3rd and 11. Illinois still with 1 timeout. Watch the play clock. Purdue's going to have to use a timeout.
Oh my.
Boy, Purdue looked like they had everything in the bag at 31-10. Illinois was lacking energy. But don't go anywhere yet. So do you throw it here on 3rd and 11, or do you say, well, let's just run it and at least make Illinois use their final timeout?
I would have much rather run the football on second down, make them use the timeout, and then if you're forced to throw, you can do some kind of short passes to it. You know what? If a guy beats him on a slant, get the first down as a positive, but make sure we don't stop the clock. But we're going to try to pick up the first down. Now you want to pick up the first down. You don't want to give the ball back to Illinois with all this time. So I'm throwing the football. But I'm telling Aiden O'Connell on this play, if it isn't there, make make sure you get down and make them use that timeout. It can be both. Don't force anything.
Saw that play selection. 8 passes over the last few drives with the lead. O'Connell throwing for Bell.
Oh! Yes! Boom!
3rd and 11. When it looked like Illinois was going to get the ball back, just throw it to your top receiver and have him make a play. Big Ten standout presented by Auto Owners Insurance.
Aiden O'Connell. He says, we're going to pick this up.
Wow.
Wide receiver. Bell makes the sweet grab to seal the win for Purdue.
Whoopity-doo.
The first Purdue wide receiver to go over 100 yards in 5 consecutive games. What a catch. And now all Purdue has to do is take a couple of knees and get the heck out of here and head east back to West Lafayette.
Surprised that Illinois went man coverage there, Brandon. It was 3rd and 10. Usually we live in cover 2, you go man coverage on a 3rd and 10. Gives Aiden O'Connell the visual. You know what? We got one-on-one. I'm going to go to my favorite target there, David Bell. He put a perfectly placed football. But I guess if you're Lovie Smith, you say, you know what? I got Nate Hobbs out there on him in great coverage. That was great coverage. Be aggressive. David Bell just made a play.
So much talk about the absence of Rondale Moore in the first 2 weeks, but the emergence of David Bell, the end of last year, now the start of this season. Look at these last 4 games. I mean, he has completely changed what Purdue has on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, he has. And every single Boilermaker fan now is going to say, well, what if? Like, what if Rondale's out there, right? And we've seen Milton Wright even have a big game today and get more involved week after week. Jeff Brown was telling us he hoped that he had kind of a backup performance to what he did a week ago. So Wright, Bell, possibly get more back at some point this season. We got one impressive wide receiver.
Kirk Ferentz said last week after Purdue beat Iowa that David Bell's one of the best receivers
boys.
he's seen in his 21-plus years as head coach of the Hawkeyes. And he made the game-winning catch a moment ago, over 100 yards again for the 2019 Big Ten Freshman of the Year. And the final knee, and Purdue holds on. They were up 31-10. Illinois with a surge late. But Jeff Braun's crew improves to 2-0 for the first time since 2007. An interesting game, really, James, start to finish, with the news of Illinois being down their top 2 quarterbacks. The bottom line, though, Purdue got the victory.
Yeah, and if you're Illinois, you have to be happy with the fact that, look, you're not happy with the loss ever.
All right, Purdue wins. Thanks to all who came out today. I'll see you guys hopefully next week when Purdue plays Wisconsin. But if there's no game against Wisconsin, then there won't be a stream. Boiler up, hammer down, Purdue.